if I may have some quiet for a moment, I have some things to announce. First of all, of course, from the river to the sea, Palestine shall be free. Second of all, hello, my name, as always, is Francisca. My pronouns are she/her, and this is my D&D campaign, The Blue Lamp, which was supposed to be Planescape, but has now just become very Planescape-aware homebrew, which is fun. I think everyone is enjoying it, me most of all. We last convened in January, I believe. Today we have session 13, and just to re-summarize for those who may have missed it or those who may have trouble remembering it after I've taken a sip.
Sippy.
Last session, after Xiomara and Flora were trying to have a little one-on-one just to get through some frictions they may have had, they were ambushed by a creature who was posing to as a lister, but turned out to be a little bit more sinister. Call that Sinilicitor? The joke's only gonna get worse, so don't worry. They managed to defeat him, though, however, with the help of a mysterious figure called the Seneschal, which is an old friend of Flora's, and the cat Notom, who turns out to be a little bit more but the cat. Another thing that happened is that their friend Captain Enzo of the Guard was unfortunately very injured in the fight, even killed, though he came back a little worse for wear, no one arm short. Another thing, but before we get into that, I'm just going to go around and introduce everyone. First of all, the man of the show. He likes barbecues and girls and cats. And he's one of my best friends. Out here, pronounce him playing the simple-minded but big-hearted Yuan-Ti monk, Seti. Secondly, we have Loki. I'm just going to keep it at low-key. I'm just going to keep it low-key with you. He, him. The first member of a crew to fully transition while the campaign is going on.
Not the last, probably, but certainly the first.
Certainly the first, maybe the only, perhaps. A wonderful friend of mine, amazing artist, and person of good taste.
Sometimes. Thank you.
He was missing last session, and we sorely missed him, of course, and he's playing the Githyanki Artificer Azizi. Third, we have Coolster, pronouns she/her, who's playing Stacy with the same pronouns. Coolster, what can we say about Coolster? She's funny, she's smart, she's cute, and she likes the soccer.
That's true.
Stacy, what can we say about Stacy? Stacy is a druid who was kind of just vibing. However, Fate seems to have different ideas for her.
Yes.
Okay, last but not least, we have Algernon, pronouns they them, playing Xiomara the wizard with the same pronouns. Algernon is an absolute degenerate, and sometimes they are my favorite person because they just make me smile every single day when I talk to them.
Aww.
Xiomara, meanwhile, makes my hair grow grey. And I hope they continue to do that. Now, as with last time, I would like to introduce a little game today. If somebody could please volunteer to roll me a d6.
Did you forget Danny?
Yeah.
Whoops.
Yeah.
I will
Danny.
roll the d6 in the meantime.
Thank you. Danny, of course, I'm so sorry. Pronouns she, they, I believe. Playing Flora with she/her pronouns. One, that's interesting. And just like a one, Danny is wholly unique. A great artist that I've learned a lot from, and I was privileged to teach a few things myself. Who's working on their very own campaign right now, and I look forward to it. They play Flora, possibly the only other PC that gives me grey hair. For wholly different reasons. But I think we'll have enough time in this session to figure that out. So we've got a 1. I'm just gonna go with the 1 because that one came in first, and it's probably funnier.
Yep.
I'm always for the funny
It's
rolls.
just funny that like we have two d6 rolled and it's a 1 and a 6 and nothing in between.
The thing is, I'm looking at the prompts right now, and you may have guessed, the prompts for you today will be decided by a dice roll. Just to show my bot a little bit, you have 4 unique prompts for each of you, and the last 2 are always on a 5, you have to make me laugh, on a 6, you have to make me cry. So next time one of you rolls a 6, you know that you're all going to be competing to make me cry.
Guess I'll have to kill my wife again. Aw.
Again? What's more to say? Today we are roughly starting around 7 p.m. We're going to do our first break at 8, which is going to be 5 minutes. We're going to do a second break at 9, and the third break, if we need it, at 10. Danny, just for you, for context, it's going to be every hour on the hour for 5 minutes.
Okay.
I'm hoping that's going to be enough. I do not want to go longer than 4 hours, which is going to be until 11 my time and 5 p.m. your time, Danny.
Wouldn't that be 6? 2 plus 4.
Yes.
That would be 6 because I have daylights.
Well,
Daylights are
good
saved
for
and
you.
saved.
Fucking good for you. Great for you, honestly. I'm so proud of you. You with your fucking Canadian time, just dunking all of us with your geese and your healthcare and your, I don't know, mooses?
Meat.
And pieces.
Not the mooses.
Me's,
Anyway.
D's, and get a D's.
So
And
I'm gonna
loonies
go...
and toonies.
Yeah.
To make this a little bit more interesting, we're going to go around one more time and have a little bit of back and forth with you while I give you a task. I would also like you to ask you a question. Starting with Loki and Azizi.
Okay.
I've got a question for you.
Uh-huh.
Being honest with me. So far about the campaign, what have you liked the most?
Oh, I love the roleplay. I'm a roleplay head. Every time we get to just stick around and, like, I don't know, talk to fucking dogs or whatever. That's great. I love that.
Me too. It's easy. For this session, your task will be to tinker the fuck out of something.
Tinker, tinker.
That's what it says here.
Oh,
It could be a person, could be a device, which is probably more.
Probably gonna be a person.
Could be a relationship, could be a political system. Just tinker the fuck out of it, okay?
I will try my best.
Flora, Danny. So far, what has been your favorite moment in the campaign?
Favorite moment or like...
Favorite thing, favorite moment? Just tell me. Be honest.
I really like the characters.
That. Right. They take the most work by a lot, I think. I spent a lot of hours in Clip Studio Paint just kind of drawing them up. Thinking of them isn't even that hard. And I would like you to appreciate them a little bit more, Flora. Your prompt for today is don't run away.
That's like 2/3 of that character gone.
Dang.
I think it will be a bit of a challenge for you, but one you are able to master quite handily.
You just
Carrying
don't want
on.
me to use that first strike.
That's also one of your prompts. Oh no, it isn't. It was one of your original prompts where I had it like, don't use Sever Strike or Misty Step the entire session. I removed it, however, because I'm not a monster. Or am I? So yeah, don't run away this session. Steady. Antia? Same question to you. What has been your favorite thing about the campaign so far?
I feel like that my favorite thing has been to see everybody else's characters scheming and trying to find their way while I'm just there sitting. I'm just a little dumb boy trying to keep everybody alive. It's fun for me.
I aspire to be as good a person as Seti is, and honestly, it doesn't surprise me that it comes so easily to you because you're just a great influence for all of us, and I'm so happy to have you in my life.
Aww.
I'm gonna need you to forgive yourself. Write it down.
Forgive myself, the character, or forgive myself, the person?
That's the question.
It says Seti right here, so I'm gonna
Okay.
assume the character. Stacy. Cool stuff.
Probably my transformation towards a dragon is the most interesting, but also how Stacy tries to work around her distrust of men.
Yeah, it's been very interesting to watch. You're transforming in several ways at once. It's like theme stacking, as Maxi would call it. Nothing too challenging for you this session. Just get that flan.
Let's go.
Ooh, okay.
Get that flan. Can be a literal flan, can be something else. Can just be a realization of your goals if you want to be a little bit of a coward about it. But don't worry about it. Xiomara.
Yeah.
My sweet goblin child, whom I hate and love. As is quickly I've written here, a self-described gaslighting expert, Xiomara has many reasons for the deception, both sincere and petty. Their sheer intellect and magical power are often held back by their lack of empathy, and we love them for it.
Yippee! I love myself too.
Since we rolled a 1, wait, before I tell you what to do this session, you tell me what I did right.
Ooh.
Oh, I mean, bestie, you know who my favorite thing in the entire campaign is. I yap about this guy so fucking much. But otherwise, I would also say role playing, and especially seeing my fellow comrades and friends role play as well, and figuring out more about the world building that you put up with. Not put up with, just what you can imagine. That's fascinating, yeah.
Thank you. It's one of my favorite aspects here, of course. D&D is like something. It's like two parties coming together. It's me, the world builder, and you, the inhabitants of that world. And I think all of you, most of you, have been very like kind and understanding and wanting to interact with it. Others not so much, but that's okay. I respect and love all of you. Can you gaslight?
Jumping out the window.
Xiomara,
I
can you gaslight? Can you gaslight?
God, can I guess? I will gaslight.
You will gaslight. I fucking hope you will, because this session, everyone, only one person can reap the reward of last session. Loki, since you weren't there, I'm going to explain what happens.
Yes.
There will be a surprise at the end of the session for those who fulfill their prompt. Only this time, only one person can get it.
Oh, jeez.
So whoever one of you fulfilled the prompt the best, I will give the reward, and we'll just see what it is. This session, however, and only this session, those who participated in the game last time will have one use of Divine Intervention, which will make any D20 roll into a natural 20.
Wow.
Only once, though, and only this session. So, that's, I think, all the housekeeping out of the way. Are there any more questions before we start in earnest?
Who's Ernest?
That's a great question. Maybe we'll meet
And
him
why
today.
do we start in them?
Oof. Now that's a question I would rather leave up to the imagination. Let me set the scene. I hate to do this to all of you fine people who attended last session, but I want to give a little bit more attention to Azizi.
Oh.
Last we left off Azizi, he was taken off after Notom the cat down in the sewers, who was leading him somewhere. At this point, Azizi, only you are aware that this cat even has the ability to talk to you, even it is just in your mind. And you can see she's running down the street in front of you. You are down in the sewers, the Undercity, which you are familiar with. And you're just following her. Give me a perception check, if you will.
I will. I love this background music, by the way.
I can't do it.
Oh, you're fucking kidding me, aren't you?
Perceived. Nothing has been perceived.
Everything seems fine. The cat is trotting along, though you can see there's some kind of tension around her. And suddenly you feel some kind of shiver run down your back. You keep going, however, and nothing seems too suspicious until, of course, you turn around the corner and somebody's standing there.
Oh god.
Somebody you've never seen, though. They feel oddly familiar. Does it show?
Ooh.
Ooh, Yes, it does show.
Yes.
Nice.
That's cool. Awesome.
It's a new feature discovered.
Yeah, that's a very cool feature.
Shout outs to Joe Cat. I miss you. I wouldn't have learned this without you. You see this tall, lanky figure wearing a bird mask, and they take one glance at the cat, and then turn around and disappear down the alley. And the cat just bolts after them.
Follow. Yeah, we gotta follow the weird fucking plague doctor person.
Follow the weird fucking plague doctor person. I'm going to need you to give me a survival check.
Oh Jesus. Okay.
You try to run down these busy, like underground streets, pushing past people, trying not to get trampled. You're very small. You manage to get yourself into an abandoned corridor.
Okay.
And one moment you see the cat, and the next, she's gone.
Shit, my cat.
No.
You're now alone in this corridor.
Oh.
It's strangely dark compared to all the other ones.
All right. I can do something against darkness. I'll take. I don't know. I'm sure I have some sort of like garbage in my bag. Like I don't need to look into my inventory for that, do I? Or should I?
If you want to cast light on your wrench, I think you can just use that one. You
Yes.
just kind of hold it up.
Yes. I would like to. Oh god, I need to find it in the thingy with the like magical tinkering on my my task that I'm supposed to be doing. I can imbue non-magical objects with magical property of my choice, like for instance, 5 feet radius light. I would like to do that.
You hold your wrench aloft. It begins kind of resonating like a tuning fork. Goes.
Nice. Yes.
What does your light look like?
The light looks kind of like a more intense firefly, you know, on my little thing, with little
So
like
it's-
extra, you know, floating particles floating around to make it all pretty.
Very aesthetically pleasing, which is
Thank
fitting for your background. You notice somebody hide behind a corner and quietly swear to themselves.
I approach the corner. And call out to them too, and like, let me see if I can get back into character voice after all this time. It's been so long. Hello there.
Fuck. I didn't think I would have to do this. Give me a dexterity check, saving throw, please.
Oh shit. Oh fuck.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I just rolled this right. God, me when rolling.
Ooh, awesome.
Dirty 20, baby.
You notice
So
somebody,
dirty.
decked out, looking very dangerous, approaching you. She's as quick as lightning, but somehow, in a moment of true divine inspiration, you, jump out of the way in the right time, and you can get a good look at her face, which seems oddly covered. Hang on.
Do I recognize?
Oh, that's a good question, isn't it?
Yappy drowners. This is like some Persona 4 levels naming of
Holy.
You see you see the drow look at you through lilac eyes, and you can see her weapons aren't drawn. But she does have a fist up. She says, "Okay, kid, there's 2 ways we can do this. Either you come with me quietly, or not quietly."
Where is with you? Just tell me what you need from me. Maybe we can talk about this like fucking adults.
Very mature of you. Aren't you the one who ran away from home?
Ouch. I had my reasons. This has nothing to do with you, I assume. Or wait. Were you hired by my fucking parents? I don't know
You
why
know-
I'm talking so much today.
I've seen you before. I know you're like an artificer down here or something. It's really cute to see the cogs turn in your head. Yes, Marty Pants. That's right.
He's not pleased by this. He's not pleased by this at all, obviously.
If one could see Aziz's face right now, one would see a very grumpy Muppet.
Yep. Very well put. What do they want from me? Can't they just send a message?
Nah. You would just tear it up and throw it in the river.
That may be true.
It is true.
Perhaps, perhaps, yes.
Alright, if you want direct instructions, she pulls out a little device. It looks like a very intricate cube, made out of like a shiny, bronze-like metal. It's covered in intricate runes, and it's like... And she says, I'm gonna need you to jump in that cube here.
Zizi sighs, big sigh. I assume you're going to pester me until I follow with you, or worse than pester.
Pest is a very nice word for it, but yeah, sure, let's go with that. You can see her eyes are smiling. She does not seem to be taking this seriously, but you can tell from her stance that she is ready to strike if you try to run.
Fine. He relents. He's like, yeah, fine. He enters the cube? How does one do this?
She presses one of the runes down, it begins to glow, and she passes it to your hands.
Okay.
As soon as you touch the cube and say, oh, fun.
Yep.
You see a bright light in front of your eyes, and suddenly you're in a very roomy kind of holding cell.
Oh, jeez.
A moment later, the assassin approaches and says, "Oh, you might as well make yourself comfortable in here, kid. Rest assured that this is for your safety, but there is also no way out here. I'm sorry."
Azizi is regretting his decision immediately, obviously.
Oh, you look like you're regretting your decision immediately, obviously.
Wow, you're very astute.
Say, is it true what they say? That you're a gift?
Well, they say a lot of things. That seems a little outlandish, though, don't you think?
She goes to grab your goggles.
Oh no. Can I dodge?
Sure, give me another dexterity check.
Let's go. Dodge, little man!
I'm just gonna make a contested dexterity check here. Roll d20, whatever, give her. I haven't made a character sheet for her yet. This is very fun.
This is all vibes based.
+7? Serious? Oh.
She grabs the goggles and goes,
Rigged.
"Oh, you're cute. I was always told you kids look like toads. You look more like a little porcelain doll." She gently gives you your goggles back. I assume you look at her with indignity and scorn, as she's now just
the goggles back. Yeah, fucking rips it out of her hand.
"Oh, you're feisty. That's fun. If only you weren't such a wimp."
Wow, rude.
Oh, rude!
You can see she's grinning, though you can't see her mouth. Very well. As I said, get comfortable. We're gonna be like... She ponders for a moment. We're gonna be 2 hours until we're there.
Where exactly... That's where the question ends.
Well,
It's implied, okay.
where do babies come from? I don't know, kid.
Where are
That's
we
not it.
going? Obviously. What else would I be asking?
Jeez. Considering I was supposed to be like some kind of genius artificer kid, you'd ask a lot of very obvious questions. So where do you think I'm gonna take you if I've been hired by your parents, huh? Go on, figure it out.
He doesn't talk to he doesn't talk to this person anymore.
She ruffles your hair and I assume you quickly dart out of the way. She moved the bracelet on one of her hands and is sucked down through a portal in the ceiling, and you're all alone in the cube.
Fuck me.
You say that out loud?
Yes. Yeah, actually.
You hear it echo back at you. Fuck me. As
You
you're
could
now
have used your
alone,
warehouse modulator.
as you're now alone in this cube. Okay, with that, we turn back to the rest of the party. You are standing in the You're now standing in the blood-soaked, dormitory at the university. What used to be your room, Siomada, has now been reduced to a battlefield. An acid splash or two were cast. There's a bit of fire damage. There's a whole lot of blood, and of course, a whole human arm. However, you are let me just see here.
Is anybody
You're
still
accompanied
eating
by.
that one?
Please don't eat the arm.
Oh, okay. Frowned upon. Got it.
Captain Enzo says,
Sarah, you know that's like mine, right? Sorry, well, I used to be kind of attached to it. I can't really say that I am anymore, but it's still more, you know.
Just take it.
I
Just take
guess
the
it was
arm.
rude of me to ask. That's my bad.
It's alright, it's alright. I'm assuming it was a funny bit in your head, but like, it just kind of came out like not.
I was just hungry. Sorry.
The soft-voiced masked person speaks up for a moment. Just kind of tries to free themselves from Flora's surprise tackle hug.
Can I talk to them first before?
Oh yeah, sure. While the others are fucking around with Roberto's arm, you can ask him a question quietly.
Actually, I have stuff to say to them before.
Yeah,
Unless
of course.
you guys want to talk to Roberto first.
Sure. Let's just turn back to the others if they want to turn to the now maimed captain of the guard.
I would love to talk to him, yeah.
So sorry about your room, mate.
Yeah, it's can't be helped. You know. But thank you for helping us. And I look through my little bag. Here's I don't know how like 2 gold. Get yourself something to drink, I guess.
He immediately grabs your money in pockets and says something like,
Oh, waste not, whatnot. You know, I work for the prince, so I'm gonna be well taken care of. Don't worry about that.
Yeah, you have insurance,
So you know
I
that
guess.
I think about it. So you know I think about it. I think we can get this room restored. It's not gonna be a problem, but
he shoots a quick glance over to the masked figure and says,
I'm curious about what the fuck is going on here.
Last
Last time I checked, adjudicators weren't in the business of, you know, hacking people's arms off. Unless the law's really changed, in which case, well, I've gotten old. That doesn't surprise me.
And you know, people just tend to do things lately, but you know, if you think you can get your arm reattached, is that possible?
He looks sadly down at his arm, held in his arm, says,
Well, nah, but it's fine.
Nah, get yourself like a new one, and I suppose that's better.
No. The wife has been telling me I should start retiring, or maybe become a clerk, become a politician, become a guild master, and I guess this is just the universe telling me that I should really do it. So don't
go
blame
for
yourself.
It.
Don't blame yourself.
No, I don't blame myself anyhow. It's not my fault if your arm got chopped off.
You don't then?
No.
I see. Right.
No, I'm sorry. I do not think it is my fault entirely. I commend you for your bravery and your your will to help, but I do not believe that it is my fault that this happened. I have
he sits down, puts his arm on his lap, and starts massaging his temples with his one good arm.
You know, I think what I could really use right now is just a bit of rest. It's still the early morning. I think I could go right back to bed.
Yeah, go to sleep.
The other guard
should be
around here any minute.
As he says that, you hear outside the bells are going as the alarm sounds, and there's a bit of a tumult going on outside.
Shit happens. I pat him on the shoulder. the one that's hurt, not the other one. Just like
Maybe
Carry
just stop talking. I don't know. Hey, Bird.
okay.
Hey, Bird, what's your deal?
He shouts over to Mistel. As we turn over to a few minutes ago, Flora, you have hollow eye. You have the hollow eyes are staring at you, and you know that you have their whole attention.
So Laura is going to speak to them, and if she was in a better state of mind, she would be saying this in Sylvan, but she is not because she just
Of reasons, yes, it makes sense.
She just thought she saw her friend die. So she's going to say this in common, because ever since coming to this plane, she's been like trying to fit in. So she's going to say all in common.
Right.
So she's going to say to her, them. Sorry, them.
Go ahead. Go on.
Don't you ever do that again. I'm not sure exactly what I do, but probably yell at Mother Gaia. Cross the planet to bring you. Probably yell at Mother Gaia to bring you back. Cross the plains if I need be to drag you back. Just, and her voice is cracking a bit.
They tap their beak on the top of your head and say,
Thank you, friend. I wouldn't worry about my life. It's something the universe stopped caring about a long time ago, and Mother Gaia never really thought about me at all. If indeed she ever thought about anything. You did well in the fight. I'm proud of you.
And her voice is going to crack a little more, and she's going to say, well, I care about you, and it's going to be kind of clear in her voice. Flora only lets a few people really close to her heart, and Miss Bell is one of those few people.
cute. Give me an insight check.
An insight check.
Yeah, give me an insight check as you kind of feel you squeezing down on Mistel's chest with your arms, and they're kind of putting their long, like, spindly hands on your back.
Hey.
They let out a very deep sigh. Come again?
A 19.
Total?
Yeah, total.
Total 19. Realize Mistel is very touched by the way you consider them a friend. You get the idea that maybe they don't have a lot of friends, but they don't really mind because their life has mostly just been some kind of quest. And they're very glad in this moment that they don't have to worry about that. Of course, in that moment, they kind of stiffen up a little and kind of motion for you to let them go as they turn to the rest of the group.
I let them go.
In that moment, you hear Roberto go,
Hey, Bird!
and Mistel says, close, mortal, but not quite. I'm assuming all of you will want answers for what happened today. You can hear the bells going on outside, and they look around at each of you as they, similar to Roberto, just kind of sit down on the ground, obviously very exhausted all of a sudden, and they motion for you to do the same.
And I'm sitting on my couch.
The couch, I'm assuming you're just all gonna move into the room. It's getting a little bit cramped now, but you're moving out the corridor into the room as Mistel softly closes the door. And you're all just kind of sitting on the ground. I'm assuming Seti is sticking to the wall like a little lizard.
Yep.
Sure.
Shouldn't we go to the hospital, by the way, at some point?
Oh, I think they're well on the way right now, and the stump is already healed over thanks to your magic friend's magic powers, I guess.
And he smiles very tiredly at that Mistel, who nods.
Can I have Flora try to do something with his arm?
You walk over to investigate his stump. He goes,
all right, all right.
what would you like to do?
Can I see if I can like try to like preserve his arm so like that if he tries to like you know how like in like if you like lose a limb, they can like preserve it so it's easier to.
You want to put it on ice, is what you're saying.
Yeah, using my healer's kit.
You get the pretty strong idea that you can't. That arm is beyond saving, and there's no way to really put it in a preservatory state right now. However, you can see it's a very clean cut. You can also see, however, that his stump, as he says, has completely healed over. Like, skin has fused, flesh has bonded together, and the bones are nowhere to be seen. Like he said, Mistel did a very good job healing his arm. Or what was left of it, but the detached limb is not really, is kind of past the point of saving. As you do that, I would like to ask Stacy, what are you thinking while this is happening? You've been kind of quiet.
Yeah, there wasn't really for me something to do, so I was just there. But upon looking to Roberta's stump, she says, "Couldn't Assisi like tinker something for you?"
Come again, please.
Couldn't Assisi tinker up something for you?
Like a prosthetic. Yeah, maybe.
Yes.
Not to offend our little friend. Where the fuck is he, by the way? Anyway,
What? He's not with us?
What?
You haven't noticed?
Where's the guy?
We
Mr. looks.
we were kind of fighting.
Yeah, how long were we fighting? That must have been like 2 minutes. Oh jeez, it's almost noon, isn't it? Anyway, not to sound cliche, but I do have an artificer at home. I think she'd be very interested.
As you kind of
with the gun.
As you kind of joke about that, Roberto, much to his credit, he seems to be unable to take anything seriously for more than 5 seconds. He's very like go with the flow kind of guy, which Flora, you would know, goes very well with his wife Sophia, who's like kind of very rough and tumble kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
As you kind of settle down, Mistel sits down somewhere on the ground, and they look very tired as they sigh and say, "Very well, I will do my best to explain what just happened." You can see Notom walks up to them and jumps on their lap. Go on, creature. Tell them what you know. Mr. looks kind of irritated at this, looking at the cat, just kind of sassing them. And they say, "I don't know exactly who you are, but I think I have an idea. Goodman, as you know him, as we've just fought him, he and I belong to the same court. A kind of... How do I say this? A kind of party of like-minded people. And our benefactor was very dissatisfied with another member of our court who happens to be your father, Siamara. That is your name, yes?"
Actually, my name is Sandy. Thank you very much.
They cock their head a little bit, and they say, "Well, if that's true, then the magic shouldn't have worked, and all your friends would be dead." They produce a little They flick their hand, and a parchment appears in their hand with like a little puff of smoke.
This was only written this morning. It says, by order of the White Prince, Shimada Fawaran is not to be harmed, not any of their friends. Are you not, then, Shimada Fawaran?
I think I sigh really, really deeply, and I look at my party members, except Flora, because she left in the middle of this, and I'm still a little busy about that. And it's like, well, I think it doesn't make sense right now to. I mean, I thought about telling the others, but there was never really a good time to bring this up. Like, how would we even go about this? But yeah.
They raise a hand and they say,
I understand. Sometimes deception is less harmful than honesty, I found. Of course,
Good.
deception isn't really something that comes easily to me.
they chuckle a little bit.
I should stop delaying the inevitable. Goodman came here to kill all of you, for you had seen too much. You had associated with somebody who he had laid his eyes on.
And they point at Flora.
Flora, I am pained to say, has the same benefactor that Goodman and I do. That the White Prince, your benefactor, does. And while Goodman was only here to check in on your father, the late...
They're kind of cringes to say late.
Late Duke Fawaran. They discovered Flora, and I don't know what got in him, and he just got it in his mind that he had to destroy her, or make her leave in some way. Whatever the case, he will be trying to pursue other goals now. Our benefactor has many games running at the same time, and it's good to keep your pawns in line. Don't worry, he, as I understand, will drop the charges as he has been ordered to, and you will be free to traverse Maracas. However, I'm not sure we've seen the last of him.
Yeah, about that.
Yes?
He kind of, accused, Goodman kind of made me, he kind of accused me of murder for Javier.
As I said, he will drop the charges. As he's been ordered to. You will be free to traverse the city freely. What I cannot promise is that he will not come after you in some other way, and maybe figure out a way to...
And they point at the piece of parchment they've had.
Figure out a way to move past this new contract. But you've beaten him once.
No thanks to you, says the cat. And the cat just kind of starts stretching itself and says, I was once part of this court too, though more or less successfully I managed to leave a whole while ago. I was in the area, one might say, on my own business. And I happened upon your party, and I thought to ask you this much later, but I could use your help too, as adventurers, as friends, and as allies. And then I found Goodman. We used to be very close, I'm ashamed to admit, but now he doesn't seem to have a lot left for me. You can see the cat looks very tired. There's a few scars from all the times that Goodman has tried to hit her with his sword.
Can Flora try to, patch up not Tom with her healer's kit?
The cat is already, magically mending itself.
Okay.
This isn't no ordinary cat, you get the idea, and though well-meaning, you can't really do a lot to alleviate those pains.
No.
And I disagree with your creature. I don't think we can trust him to to drop the charges. I think we should give pursuit. I think we should make sure that he never gets to eat in this town again, or do anything else, really. And Mr. looks at that and says,
I don't know.
Party, at this point, you're given the choice between two options. One of them being that Goodman is let go. You never talk about it to anyone. The Seneschal will figure out a way to make it seem like a big misunderstanding. Flora will be free to go. If you go with the cat's option, however, she will make sure that Goodman will not be able to return to Maracas ever, and she will go to hunt him down. That being said, I'm going to leave you to kind of think to yourselves about the decision while we turn over to our good friend, Zizi. So, Zizi, we pick up like 30, 60-ish minutes after you entered the cube.
Such a funny sentence. Enter the cube.
Jumped into
You've
the cube.
entered the cube. Give me a perception check at advantage.
Ooh, hell yeah. That just
Or an
means-
investigate check, even.
Investigate.
I think that makes more sense.
Makes sense. I just need to find it in the list. At advantage just means roll twice, right? Oh shit.
You roll twice, take the highest.
Yes, okay. Oh my god, what is this garbage? I have +6 and it's garbage!
You investigate the cube. You're kind of still frustrated about the way the
Yeah, I'm pouting too much
the-
to see shit.
the way the drow yapped at you.
True.
Maybe the drow messed with your goggles too much.
True, fingerprints
Exactly.
on the goggles.
Fingerprints on the goggles. It's a mess. There's hair everywhere. You feel like a mess. You take a good look around the cube. You notice something that you've obviously already realized, which is that it's an infused object created by a very masterful artificer. The runes around the cell are extremely intricate. But they seem to be stenciled in. You can see the walls seem to be made of some kind of shiny brass-like metal. Basically impenetrable. You try to knock them a few times, it won't even move. In fact, it kind of hurts to touch it. That being said, it's plenty roomy. It's plenty cool. It's nice and dry. The climate inside is impeccable. There's even like a little bench for you to sit down. You just kind of sit down, frustrated, cross your arms, and what else would you like to do?
I mean, I already investigated it. Didn't find much, obviously, due to, the goggles being messed up, of course. Would I have any way of recognizing any of these rooms, perhaps?
Yes. I'm just trying to think what kind of rule I would make that. Why don't you give me an Arcana check?
Arcana.
Once again, at
absolutely.
advantage.
One. Okay. No, that's more like it. First one, I'll take that. An 18.
Arcana. You've seen this before. There are two kinds of infusions going on in this cube. One of them is abjurative. Or conjurative? I don't know. Something is regulating the temperature in here. You can see there are a few runes you recognize on the far wall from where you're sitting that kind of remind you of a cold spell scroll or a hot spell scroll, and you realize, I'm guessing that's where the temperature is being regulated. You see a few other runes that are just pure abjuration that tell you that you won't be able to get out of this cube, and nothing's going to get into this cube unless you have something short of cosmic force. However, this magic is very fragile now that you think about it, and a very little change in temperature might mess it up.
I see. I'm picking up what you are putting down. I'm looking at my character sheet.
However, you also do realize that
Yeah.
wherever this drow is taking you, probably not going to be a big deal, though.
No.
You probably don't like being inside this cube either.
Yeah, like I committed, you know, this is the inner monologue going on, like, yeah, okay, I committed, I knew this day would come, they were, if they, like, oh, wait, I can do this in character voice, I knew this day would come, it's basically the same. When they found me once, I mean, they're probably gonna find me again, and then it'll just end up happening over and over until they're fucking satisfied and have their little talk with me. I might as well get it over with.
So, what's it gonna be, Az?
It's gonna be it's gonna be chilling in the cube because I don't think escaping makes any sense because they'll just find another drow to pick me back up again.
They're never gonna let you down. Yep.
They see me drowning. They hate it.
Cool star. Thank you.
Yes. You're
What is Stacey
welcome.
thinking? What is Stacey thinking right now? Tell me.
She's like thinking, what? Sandy is not called Sandy, and the cat is not a
I'm
cat.
sorry.
What is happening in here? Like my world is falling apart. I need some flan. I need a more emotional support flan.
Oh my goodness! Please give me a charisma saving throw.
No, not charisma saving.
I heard you should be straightforward with your players when you tell them what you make them roll for.
Oh, I rolled twice because it bugged out.
Well, I'll take the higher roll because I'm so nice.
Thank you.
Aww.
You can feel as the panic starts to grip you. There's a nice cool that grips your mind, and you realize you've seen all of this before. Cats that aren't cats. People lying about their name. There's almost like there's hundreds of years of experience with people, and you feel calm all of a sudden, and you realize, there's nothing I can't handle. After all, I was the protege of a druid master. Druids are supposed to be calm and reserved. They're supposed to heal the land and relationships, and I can do this.
Stacy lets out a cool sigh, so you see like the little frost steam out of her mouth.
You see, those who are looking at Stacey will see that her eyes move from hazel green to silver for a moment. Just a moment. It's like a blink and you miss it kind of thing. And little snowflakes come out of her mouth. So, party. You've had some time to think. You've talked to Notom and Mistel, who are very much in disagreement, though. If the two wanted to fight each other, they were probably too tired to do it. The only way to get out of this room and get out of the situation is to make a choice.
I have made a list of arguments. But only for myself.
Calix, you are my favorite. Sorry, Algernon, you are my favorite person.
I mean, I was like, hey, you know, this is an important choice to make. I need to write down what I'm thinking so I do not forget it again. Otherwise, I'm nervous.
Absolutely.
No, so
please go ahead. What do you do?
Okay, so Xiomara is very much like thinking about this a lot, and they look at the little group of gathered individuals, and especially Flora, and they say, it may not be the smartest choice, but I do believe option 1 would be the better one, simply because we have so much on our plate right now, and it would be so much easier if you weren't basically trying to get convicted of a crime you didn't commit. Just imagine we are on our way to whatever the prince wants us to do, and we cannot be constantly stopped by guards. Besides, this contract is protecting us at the moment. We don't know if or when he will try to attack us again. We might have allies. We will be way stronger than before. And I just believe this is the smarter choice to make at the moment. I can only think about what comes at the moment because I have no idea what will be in our future, what we will still have to face. But it is simply the more practical choice to make at the moment, besides that I kind of owe him one for killing my dad, but it's another storyline altogether.
Roberto pretends to be shocked for a moment.
Option one was oh,
Let him go,
sorry.
but
So
you.
option one was siding with Miss Dell, right?
Yeah.
Well, siding was misstyle. Basically, option one is you let Goodman go. He lets you go. You're free to roam the city. Option two was going with Notom, who says that you may not be free to go in the city, but also she will make sure that Goodman will never have a day of peace in his arguably immortal life. And that
Also the
basically
question-
you go, and that basically eventually we're going to go to take the fight to him again.
But also the question is, do we want to be as vengeful as he is?
Come again?
Do we want to be as vengeful towards him as he might be towards us?
So what you're saying is, you want to give him an olive branch.
Yes.
Yes. All right. So Notom looks at you irritated. If a cat can indeed look irritated.
What do you mean it can? It always does.
They
Yeah.
always
Okay,
do.
fair point. Fair point. Let's just move on to Flora, who I think feels the second strongest out of all of them.
Like Flora's obviously going to side with like her friend. Like she's closer to Miss Dell. She doesn't know this cat really, so she's going to side with Miss Dell.
Never trust animals. My speech.
You trust your somebody you've known for months
Yes.
way more than you do this strange cat who arguably has been deceiving you into thinking that she is a cat when she is something altogether different. That being said, she seems to be your most powerful ally right now, and you're not really sure whether you can lose it. Nevertheless, you made your choice. Stacy, with the infinite wisdom of an ancient dragon, what do you think?
Can I make like an insight check to browse quickly through the memory and see what option would be better?
Absolutely. Give me an insight check at advantage. Sorry.
First one and the second one.
Damn.
22.
Nice.
Jeebus creepers. They say that's a lot of insight.
I have a lot of wisdom as well.
You are truly the girl with all the gifts. You browse through this brief glimpse of a dragon's memory that you get, and Goodman shows up surprisingly often, like at least 3 times. You can tell he's very old and relentless. However, you also remember a different side of him. You remember him being kind and interested in justice, which is confusing, making you wonder, maybe he had a different goal in mind all this time. Maybe he wasn't just in it to kill Flora or kill all of you. Maybe he had ulterior motives and he just didn't really consider you in any way.
Okay.
You think, that being said, he is a bit of a wild card and he's extremely powerful. Not as powerful as the cat you've just met, who not even Nashtu knows who that is. So yeah.
Stacy tilts her head a little bit sideways and looks to Sassetti and says, taking a life without knowing why you do it, I think it's not a wise idea. So I go with the first option, but also I do not want to lose you. Not Tom, or whatever your name is, not Cat.
Meow, maybe one of these days I'll tell you. Very well, I respect your decision. Teddy, I can only assume what goes on in that mind of yours.
Like the monkey clapping the cymbals.
Yeah. And here, be honest with me. What do you think, if anything, is Teddy thinking right now?
Seti is mostly thinking about the things he did himself and what his master, hopefully, he thinks was trying to teaching about forgiveness and how you need to be able to forgive others if you ever want to be able to forgive yourself.
Cheeky.
So,
By the way, I'm assuming Seti stares at his feet while he just kind of recounts what you are saying. What you're saying to me right now. And Mr. looks at you really perplexed. Meanwhile, not Tom, just kind of flops on the ground like a very tired cat and says, "All right."
I hope I have not disappointed you, Master Feline.
Oh.
You could never, Seti. Very well, Bird, you have your way. Xiomara and Stacy,
Hmm.
note on your character sheet, move 1 square up in your alignment towards good.
Aww.
Okay, wait, I need to jot this down.
Meaning, I think Xiomara, you are now lawful neutral.
Yeah.
I am now chaotic good.
Yeah.
Okay.
We had
Interesting.
an evil in the party?
You had an evil in the party.
My god.
While we are wrapping up, you can see finally the guards arrive. There's a lithe, a half-elf woman in full plate armor, and she kneels down to Roberto as the rest of the guards fill the room, the weapons drawn. You can see, before they do, Mistel turns into a little blackbird and lands on your shoulder, Flora. And the guardwoman turns to all of you and says, "What on earth happened here? We heard there was a commotion up here in the dormitories. Captain Enzo, is that you? What happened to you?" And Enzo says,
Right, I'm the foggiest, to be honest, Lieutenant. Nice to see you, though. I would shake your hand, however, I'm a little bit indisposed at the moment.
she gasps as she sees his stuff.
He says, we were attacked by a solicitor, turns out.
And he just kind of recounts his side of the story that Goodman attacked. He leaves out a few things like how he transformed into something that didn't look quite humanoid. And that they were able to fend him off for the moment, but that he managed to flee. He also reiterates that, Flora, you are innocent. Any of you adding anything to that?
Not really.
Okay. Oh, that's
I'm
the
thinking. Wait, do I want?
I'm also thinking, am I charismatic enough? Nope, I am not.
I mean,
in that
like,
case,
I can try to persuade to, like, convince I'm innocent. I have good persuasion.
yes. Please get me a persuasion check at disadvantage.
At disadvantage, great.
You have to realize, until including like 5 minutes ago, you were a wanted murderer in the city for all intents and purposes.
Can I help by giving reassurance that I was a witness?
If you want to give
Yes.
a help action, I would like you to give me a persuasion roll. If you can hit a 15, you can give the help action.
Persuasion. Where are you? Persuasion. There you are. Persuasion.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah!
Ooh.
Not that it was ever hard for you. You make your persuasion check straight, Flora.
Sorry, Flora, you have to roll straight.
Not that you can do anything straight, but anyway.
You have to do this straight.
Okay. It's a Twain thing.
What are you saying?
I'm just like, kind of like reassuring, like confirming like the details of like what Roberto's saying and like saying like proving how I'm innocent.
Right. The lieutenant gives you a very stern look, and with a grim face, she raises her hand, and all the guards lower their weapons from all of you. And she says, "Very well. For the time being, you are free to go. However, I'm going to need you to stay very close to Captain Enzo over here. We're going to move him to the infirmary. We have to inform his family. We have to inform the prince." She looks like somebody who's about to deal with a lot of paperwork. The rest of you, I would like you to follow me for the time being. And she motions all of you to follow her. You can see a few medics come to take care of Roberto. They look at you as well. The black belt on your shoulder pokes your cheek a little bit, Flora. Like, well done. And the cat just kind of stays in your room, sleeping. So you get the idea that you don't have to worry about this, Yamada. This cat just kind of pops up wherever she needs to.
Okay. Okay, I'm still slightly mourning the look of my room, but I will get over it.
Indeed. So, that being done, we're going to enter a bit of downtime, but before we do that, we cut back to the cube.
The cube!
Cube time!
I love the movie
Loki,
Cube.
isn't it fun that I'm singling you out this session? Like, I just took you aside and now I'm just pummeling you? Enough of the nonsense, Izzy, you're in the fucking cube.
I'm in the fucking cube!
You can see that, as you, twiddle your thumbs and think to yourself, guess I'll just eat dirt or something. A portal opens up, with a hiss. And the drow appears again, and she says to you, "Hey, taking a nap over there?"
No, just waiting. Says, pissed off, obviously.
Surprisingly good at waiting for somebody who's supposed to be very fidgety. Well done. I'm very proud of you. You've been probably the most pleasant abduction victim I've ever had.
I don't need your praises, alright?
You should get them while they're hot, right? She winks. Says, alright, our limited time together is coming to an end right now.
Thank God.
Aren't you funny? If you'll just step over to the portal, and she jumps back into the portal and disappears, but it stays open. It's like a large yellow oval that's kind of hissing and sparking.
Ominous. I saunter over to the portal and step through cautiously.
With another bright flash of light, you kind of cover your eyes. You kind of cover your goggles as it's very bright. You appear in a very familiar setting. Dreadfully familiar, in fact. It's your old family gardens. You appear sitting down on the ground next to the drow assassin, who picks up her cube and nods and gestures for you to follow her.
Azizi is filled with dread and follows her, though. Because, I mean, at this point, it would be a little making it.
So stiff, what am I confusing for an automaton? You follow the somewhat taller drow lady. You realize now that she's actually very strongly built. She seems like she's got a lot of experience, which you might not have guessed, seeing that she does a lot of yapping. It occurs to you, maybe she was the better option your parents could have gone with. You look around, you see the same old servants who kind of look at you with an ashamed expression as they realize who you are. You see the gardens have gotten somewhat smaller, as some of the hedges and like spring fountains have been replaced with tents, little huts. You can see another drow assassin leaving a hut and walking over to another drow assassin. As you realize, they were preparing for something. Some are sharpening the weapons, some are sparring. So you walk through all the hedges and tents. being as intelligent as you are, it immediately occurs to you that there's a large dome of obfuscation cast on the entire estate. You can see kind of the ripples as you look up into the sky, kind of looking like heat coming off of asphalt.
Mm-hmm.
And the aroma of the spell is well, it's very obvious to you. You can see some of the drow assassins are sparring. Some of them are just chatting. They all seem very yappy, though not quite as charismatic as your friend. So you see, one of them is fighting a very tall elven fencer. You think it's a man for a while, but then you realize it's just a very it's like a very tomboyish young adult elven woman. She's absolutely wiping the floor with the assassins, who in their own right are really fast and strong, but she's kind of moves faster than reality should allow. And as she shakes hands with one of the opponents who she's just thrown to the ground, she looks over to you and her eyes go wide. She doesn't say anything. To carry on.
Do I need to like, can I or should I roll for like recognizing his face? Or do I just...
Yes, please.
Alright.
Intelligence. Flat out.
In flat out intelligence roll. Right.
Straight up.
Bro, why have I rolled so fucking garbage today? My rolls are absolute garbage today.
You have
Garbage.
no idea, but her face reminds you of someone. I don't know, maybe it's just a passing resemblance.
Yeah, could be.
Carry on. You finally make it to through the estate proper, where you can see the servants move aside. There's still some more assassins who one of them does like a high five with your escort, and they say something in what you recognize to be undercommon.
Huh.
And you carry on, and you are now in the middle of the foyer where two elvish women are fighting.
Like physically?
No.
Oh, so pretty!
They are loudly arguing now.
Love that character
You
sprite.
can see a very tall, beautiful, immaculate woman wearing the finest pearls, the finest makeup, gold paint in her face.
She has your ears.
The typical brownish skin that Moroccans have, but also notably deep blue piercing eyes. The woman she's talking to is the exact same build, the exact same height, and has the same eyes, though she's dressed notably different. And she's loudly yelling at her. What in the God's name are you doing? We only have so much money, and you're wasting it on what? Your own little private war against the prince? What is your end goal, mother? And the older woman turns apparently to her daughter and says, I will do with my money whatever I want to do. You can decide when you inherit it, but that day is not yet come. As you can see, I'm still quite alive. You may go now. She, while still talking to the younger woman, glances over to you and the assassin, and the younger woman regains her composure and just stomps off. The older woman who you recognize unchanged through all these years to be adoptive mother, Lady Liliana Seros. She looks you up and down, her face betraying no emotion at all. And then she looks over to the assassin and she says, extraordinary job. You didn't even have to put a finger on him. Just like I promised, madam. Excellent work. You might go now. The assassin curtsies and turns around and leaves.
Zizi rolled his eyes, because that's all. It's important.
You roll your eyes, which no one can see.
Yep. It's flavor text.
You just stand there kind of with the stupidest pose, I imagine. You're just kind of like, I don't even want to be here.
Yeah, very pouty. So pouty.
Your mother looks you up and down without an expression, and she gestures for you to follow her as she moves up the stairs.
No, he wants to talk right now, I think.
What are you saying? She's already got your back on you, and she's going.
Yeah. He basically shouts after her. Let's just get to the point. I don't want to play games. Why am I here again?
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck me, bro.
This will be a good one now. I can
Must-
feel it.
Believe in the
better,
dragon.
but
You can see some of the pearls on. You can see some. You can see the nails on her hand glow with little green light for a moment as she, just a quick little flick of her hand, and your mouth is like soon shut.
oh my god, what a bitch! Fuck her. Well,
You have nothing left now but to follow her.
yep, that's true. I do that begrudgingly.
You follow her up the stairs. She takes you aside to the reading room. You've been here a couple of times. Sorry.
Don't worry.
I'm experiencing caffeine shock. I'm so sorry.
Oh god, a vibe.
She takes you aside for a moment, making sure no one can hear her. You can see her face immediately grows extremely hateful. As tears stream down her face, ruining her makeup, she says, "You. Go on, speak. Say what you were going to say before."
So I assume I'm now able to speak again. Yes. Wait, I just want you to cut to the chase. You know I don't want to be here. Now, tell me, why am I here again?
You little tiny fool. I was going to retrieve you years ago when you first left. It would have been easy for me too. You can thank your father that I didn't. However, I can no longer tolerate your need for freedom. And she puts a lot of hate in that word as more tears stream down her face. Because there's something that even your tiny little brain will understand. You would not understand all the love and affection and work and time we put into you, which is fine. You're a child. You will come to eventually anyway. Come crawl back to us. Maybe tell us of your exploits. Unfortunately, I have to cut that short. Your father is dying.
This actually does give him pause. You can see like his face, like his eyes. Well, you can't see that actually, but maybe he took his fucking goggles off at some point, like bro, or put him like up on his head. His eyes go, and his jaw relaxes a little.
One moment, please.
Yes.
One moment. You take off your goggles and, for the first time in a while,
It's just a little.
you show your tiny, spiteful face
Yes.
to your mother, who, despite everything, has a striking resemblance to you. And she says, now, finally, she kneels down and tries to wipe some, goes to wipe some grime out of your face, but then thinks better as she retrieves her hand and says, "You realize that this is very serious, do you?"
He hesitates a little, but he nods, speechless still.
"There is something I would like you to know. After that, you can go back to the sewers and I can go back to being mad at you. Perhaps one day I will stop doing so." Still crying. "You need to talk to your father. There are things we were going to tell you eventually. Eventually we would come back and we would make up. There is only so much time we have left. Do you understand?"
Yes. He croaks out, basically.
She gets back up, regains her composure completely. She, with a flick of her wrist, her makeup is impeccable again. It's like she never cried at all. She says, "I want you to realize that I have no ill will against you. I don't hate you. I don't resent you. But I need to work through this in my own time. As you will doubtless do. She points behind you at the master bedroom. Talk to you later. Then she disappears.
Damn. It's easy, like... I guess he needs to take a second to kind of gather himself.
I imagine you, like, plump down into one of the settees.
Yeah. Steady mention. Yes. And just like, runs his hands through his hair a couple of times like, wow, okay, that was not what I was expecting to be called back here for. The reaction was more emotional than he expected. Not from his side, of course, but from hers.
What's going through your head right now?
Just about everything. He's still processing the amount of drowse outside. That was something that he wanted to ask, but of course, he knew about his adoptive father's condition taken precedent right now. Heaps and heaps of drowse.
Emotional damage.
Just so many dark elves, yes.
Yeah.
Along with that, a man you've been resenting for all this time has made the effort to reach out to you in his final days.
He is forced to wonder at this point. What the fuck does he want to tell me? Will this be a good thing? Will this be a straight up bad thing? Or will this be usual kind of like, oh, it seems like a value, but it's actually a bad thing type of thing?
All your thoughts coalesce into one final, absolutely true statement, which is, whatever your father has to say, there's only one way to find out. And you see the door to the master bedroom again.
He gathers himself, he takes a deep breath in, and stands up and goes to the door.
You knock as, you look down, there's a gnomish doctor in full gear. They're wearing goggles, a face mask, gloves, like a full coat. Without saying anything, they nod and leave the room. You can see there's the queen-size bed that your parents used to share. Now the entire room itself has been changed into a sick room. You see there's a large transparent tarpaulin over the bed, and you can not really make out the vague shape of what used to be a large, healthy man reduced to little more than a skeleton. You can make out his brown face. You can almost see his golden yellow eyes. And what you can also see is a deep red hand lying on the bed lying on the blanket on his chest. He didn't always have red hands, you remember? But he wasn't always unhealthy either. You hear a very croaky voice say, "Please, sit down and let's talk for a while. Shall we?" There's a chair right next to the bed.
He hesitates just for a moment before stepping up to the chair and sitting down. He isn't quite sure how to address his father, but finally he does say just that. Hello, father.
It gladdens me that you would call me this, Azizi. I've no right to force myself upon your life and declare that I am the one who raised you, when, in fact, you tried so hard to erase that fact, and I must commend you for it. Son, as I like to call you, there is much to say and not a lot of time, so I will tell you this. I am sorry you had to find out where you came from the way that you did. But I am not sorry that I took it upon myself to adopt you. You would not have survived among the Geeth. I wanted to give you a nice life, and though you might disagree, I think you turned out an exemplary young man. We elves live a lot longer than you do. We take a lot longer to move our emotions, and I think I finally come to terms with the fact that you are no longer an infant, but a grown man. You will make your own decisions.
Aziz's first instinct, of course, when he mentions that he would not have survived the Gith, is to talk back to his father, but then the state of the man, and feels like it would have been dreadfully inappropriate, and he manages to bite back the. But he does need to think of something else to say, because that would also be appropriate. But he does struggle a bit. He sits there in silence.
I realize to say that this is hard for you would be an understatement. You just imagine how it is for me.
He croaks out a very genuine but sickly laugh. Continues saying,
I am beyond words. I told your mother, my wife, that you would have your freedom for as long as you needed it. Same as us, you move to your emotions at your own pace. You realize now that time is of the essence. There are a few things I must say to you. One, whether you agree or not, I consider you my son always. When I die, you should inherit all my wealth. Well, part of it that you deserve. The rest will go to your siblings, and the estate will go to your mother. There's another thing. Something I realized I should have given you much earlier. The crash that your egg was found is in a place called the Red Ridge. I've procured the map and a detailed description of how to get there. You'll find it in your old room. What you will also find is a letter and a description of the man who, for better or worse, sold you to us when you were just an egg. He used to go by Brother Verdad, and he now lives in Moonlight City. You will find everything you need.
Aziz is listening very intently to that. Obviously.
You can see the red hand gestures a little bit, and it is shaking profusely. And he continues,
Furthermore, I've given up on trying to make you just a younger version of me. You will never be me. You are not an artist the same way I am. You are a tinkerer. Your art is tinkering. And so I've put in a word with the guild master of the Artificers Guild. He will accept you with no questions asked. You shall fulfill your dreams of becoming an artificer if you want. And my dying wish is that your family supports you in any way that they can. You do not have to accept this, mind. If you want to go your own way, we support you too. As I should have made clear a long time ago, it was never about my son, it was about you, Aziz. Whatever expectations I might have had, it doesn't matter. I failed you as a father. And I realize that now, though it brings me great sadness.
Aziz shifts in his seat for a moment before he begins to speak. You don't need to do all this. No matter what you do now, it change anything that happened. No matter how much you might want that. Sorry to tell you, but that chance has come and gone.
I see. Perhaps for the first time, I see. Very well. Then maybe it is just a short conversation, but it was the most important conversation. Like it or not, I think I think I'm ready to go. Though you did not come here willingly, I have to thank you, as I say.
I may not want or accept your charity, but I can understand you were not the monster that I sometimes thought you were. That's like the most and the kindness you can get out of my fucking little Muppet guy.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
He moves aside the tarpaulin, and you can see his face, now haggard, covered in red pustules. His eyes that were once purposeful and beautiful and golden are now bloodshot and tired and glassy. And he looks at you, and through his chipped lips he says,
To see you one more time, the man you've turned into, was the greatest gift I could have asked for.
"Let's go with the tarpaulin," and he lies down and says nothing for a while.
If you wish, you can leave and pretend this never happened. But remember that when I approach the afterlife, my thoughts will be with you too.
My thoughts are with you as well. He takes a moment to get the words out, but he stands up and he turns to leave. He does have questions, however, he feels like he would rather direct them to other people who might also have his answers. Like, you know, how is he dying right now? Like, these are
All
thoughts
right.
that he's thinking about, but-
As you leave the room, you are stopped by 3 people.
Oh shit. Alright.
One moment.
Oh my
Oh, no.
god!
No.
They look like mean girls.
They do.
See, the woman from earlier is looking at you with a very deeply kind expression. With her is the woman from the yard who you saw kick butt, and a new guy who is just kind of standing next to them. The woman in the middle, wearing yellow, see, she's just as decked out as your mom, maybe even a little bit more, though she does have a little bit more of a rebellious style. See, the fencing one from earlier has changed to something more official looking, though the rapiers look strong closer back. You can see a third man is just standing there. He looks very dandy, and he's staring knives at you.
Oh jeez.
You see these 3 very unlike people who still have a striking resemblance to each other and indeed your mother. You can see the one with the rapier actually looks a bit more like your father. I've seen her with the yellow eyes. You can see she's got a lot of scars too, and she gives you more of a curious look. Not entirely friendly or unfriendly, but she's moving at every step. And the woman in the middle goes, "Ah, what a pleasant occasion. It's you. Look, siblings, he's staying to pay us a visit."
Oh, what a beautiful family reunion, huh? He quips
Not
and
quite
plays
a reunion, more of a union, as I've never actually seen you. I moved out a few decades before you were born, little gift. Say, you are very beautiful, what I thought. Has anyone ever told you?
Sadly, yes. They keep going on about it.
The man on the side goes.
I don't know, I think it just looks like a doll to me. What the hell are you doing here? Yes.
I was just saying goodbye to my father.
Your
He's just-
father, you mean our father. You're not related to us, you don't look like us. You don't even have any fucking artistic talent. As far as I'm concerned, they should have just even the fucking sewers.
You can see the woman with the rapier looks a dagger at him, and he shuts up immediately.
I'm terribly sorry for what Julito is saying to you. He's just frustrated with recent developments. I realize I should introduce myself.
She goes to shake your hand, and she says,
I'm Nelia Maguseros. I'm the middle child.
She points at the dandy woman.
This is the most promising child and heir to the estate, Celia Maguseros, and that little bullhead over there is our darling brother Julito. We are very pleased to make your acquaintance.
Well, don't shoot him down too fast. I, for one, think he's right. I should have as well, but I think our mother insisted, so that I do come. So, pleasure to make your acquaintance too.
The middle woman speaks up again and says, "Say, this may come as a surprise to you, but you're actually somewhat of a hero of mine. Back when I ran away, I only managed to stay away for a year, and you've lost it too. Of course, I made a little bit farther. I went all the way to Sunchar Jim, though they caught me eventually anyway. As they did you eventually. It's very brave of you to go to the Undercity. Most people would think they look at us as aristocrats and just see a found meal, if you know what I'm saying. I admire it greatly, make no mistake."
He almost shrugs a little, hiding very well that he does feel a tiny bit of pride coming from these words, but he doesn't let it show.
You don't let it show.
No. He says,
Say, she gives you a little card with an address. I've got a tea shop over in Sunjardim. If you ever want to come chat, maybe catch up a little bit, I would be happy to talk to you. And Nelia, the one with the sword, nods and says,
As would I. Of course, you're not going to stay at the estate much longer, are you? If you want to talk a little bit now, I think we would all appreciate a chance to catch up with our youngest sibling.
I guess we should. I do have a couple of questions after all about what is going on here.
So fucking ask them then, you little shithead.
you can see Julito is smiling now.
Fucking Julito, dude. When I catch you. I mean, for one, why is the place swarming with drows?
That's a good question, isn't it?
Celia speaks up again and says, "A while ago, Mother started using them to retrieve all of the children who kept running away." And Julito starts blushing. Apparently, yeah, fuck her, honestly. What a waste of money. She could have just waited for us, but no. A little bit controlling, isn't she? Do we understand that it went through great pains to make sure you had your own privacy for a while. Bless him, honestly. You can see a little tear runs down her face. She says, "Anyway, apparently she made such good experiences working with raw assassins that she just started hiring the whole company. Apparently they used to work out of the Undercity, but were eventually driven out. So now they're just homeless, I suppose, running around the city doing odd jobs, and my mother is just fueling their bank accounts." She shakes her head a little bit, looking very irate. Julito ponders for a moment and says,
One might think she's building a private army. Maybe she wants to take over town. Maybe she wants to take over the Undercity. The Drow seem to be very enthusiastic about it.
And Nelia says,
Legally speaking, it's not illegal per se to build up your own private army, but it can only take so long before the prince and the king can wind of it.
I mean, that's what the dome's for, isn't it? To conceal her building of an army.
You can see Celia smiles very shrewdly and says, "Yes, indeed. A very expensive spell with a very expensive effect. Say, you understand a little bit of magic, do you not?"
Yeah, a bit here and there.
Very interesting. Now, me personally, I couldn't tell you the difference between enchantment and abjuration because I'm a little bit stupid. However, I'm more of a shrewd businesswoman, so if you ever wanna make your little magic, a little bit more lucrative, she winks at you. Come meet me up, why don't you? Julito looks a little bit disgusted at this, says, ugh, right. Nelia still... Nelia, her face gone from curiosity to warmness and kindness. She says, and if you're ever in trouble for you, well, just so happens your older sister is a retired adventurer and a lawyer, so whatever mallet is coming down on you, I'll be ready to catch it.
Azizi chuckles a little, appreciative. It's an appreciative.
And they all chuckle with you.
Let's go.
As the awkwardness kind of warms up and you all seem to get along. You kind of sit down in the reading room and chat away. Any more questions you would like to ask of your siblings?
Yes. One big one. So, what is it that has gotten our father ill? This is not a natural. I'm sure you're aware.
Julito looks at the ceiling for a moment, frustrated that he doesn't really know. Celia gives you a questioning look, and she looks over to Nelia, who seems to be anxious to be giving you the answer. She says, Azizi, have you ever heard of the Red Ant Plague?
He shakes his head. Or wait,
Indeed.
I could also
History
roll.
check. History check.
I wanna know if I know.
History or medicine, if you want.
Still gonna say no, but just roll to see if you do.
I mean, maybe. Who's to say? History is quite good. Yeah, history is good. Let's see. Oh, I think I know. Maybe I do know, in fact. As a matter of fact. It's a 24.
You realize, back when the city had a different archmage, one, Anna Dersh, she was infamous for kind of kickstarting a very magical kind of plague called the Red Hand Plague. As one might expect, it turns your hands red, makes you really really sick, and eventually your body just shrivels up. It made her really unpopular because she kind of caused an accident that spread the plague, especially among the Undercity, though. At some point, the Scale Sanctum, which was still like kind of fighting for dominance, managed to heal most cases within the Undercity, and thereby really assert the dominance in the Undercity. So it's kind of a not just a medical phenomenon, it's also like a political phenomenon because it really shifted around the power balance in the city. You know now that Anna Terish has since exiled herself and left her apprentice, Nico Romeo, in her place.
Okay, well then
50 years ago, when the plague first broke out, father contracted it. They were able to hold its progress for the time being, but it was no good. We always knew it would come back eventually.
So there's no cure, only a treatment.
She gives you a very purposeful look. She says, there is a cure in the Undercity. Though the matriarch has her clutches on it, and she vowed never to give it to anyone from the Upcity until the Undercity was granted independence. Now that I think of it, maybe Mother is trying to use the Drow army she's building to take over the Undercity and the cure for herself.
Zizi sighs deeply. The cogs are turning. But he's not saying anything about it yet.
Say, are those cogs turning in your head? What are you?
Why can everybody see that?
Celia sighs and kind of slaps Julito on the shoulder and says, don't worry about him, he's an actor. I was an actor before Mother insisted that I come back and study the arts instead. Yes, I can tell. You're a proponent of the method acting, and your method is putting on goggles so no one can see how obvious your emotions are. And she smiles smugly at you.
Aziz is like is almost flustered by this because it's so true. He's like, what? No.
You can see Nalia looks really mad, and Julito looks at her kind of scared, and Celia breaks and says, "Ah, yes, we all have our stories. Julito ran away a couple of years before you were born, and he lived in the basement of the Actors Guild, who then hired him as an actor when they saw that he had talent, and in his last and very best performance, he was dragged off stage by a drow assassin, which, honestly, you could have gone much worse, brother." And he sighs, says, suppose so. Suppose the drow could have just killed me. And she points over at Nelia, who's oddly quiet. Nelia actually traveled with an adventuring party for 10 years. Apparently, she was very good at it, only at some point when she came to read the rewards for killing a beholder, I've been assured that this is really hard to do. She ran into the Duke of Morges, who happens to be our uncle. So that was short-lived too. You can see Nelia wears an emblem on like her pauldron. That's like a lily crossed with a sword.
Yes.
We called ourselves the Order of the White Lily. We fought for justice, and Father insisted that if I want to fight for justice, I'll have to do it in the court and not out in the field. So that's why I'm a lawyer now.
Boring. Go fight.
Well, you did see that Nelia can still kick ass.
It's true. It's true. And you just went back. You didn't try to leave again. Like especially if Nelia, he doesn't really understand.
Zizi, I am 121 years old. In your years, I am 21. I think I can wait out a little bit of time before until I turn an adult and Mother can finally lay off. Colito is actually younger than you. Ugh. Don't have to remind him, do you? Which I suppose makes you his older brother now.
And she smirks at her little brother. You talk for a little while longer. At some point, I assume you would like to go and see about procuring those documents.
Yes.
You all agree to meet up at another time at that tea shop in Sanjar Gym. And you procure those documents. Please add them to your inventory.
Documents for me.
Documents for Azizi.
Yay.
And as you do, you leave the estate and you see the assassin that escorted you there, looking a little bit different. One moment. Beep, beep, beep. Where are you? There you are.
The Yippie Drow assassin.
One moment. No, she's not Yappy, now she's Yippee, yes. Yippee!
Finally.
You see, she's not wearing but more of a worker's attire. You can see her face, which seems to be cut directly out of what's the word? Out of obsidian. Has very strong features. Wipes over and you says, "Hi, cutie."
Azizi furrows his brows.
You know, I'm very sorry about that whole, abducting you thing, but, a job's a job. Say, you travel with that murderer girl, don't you?
The murderer?
Yeah, Flora, I think is her name.
Yeah. Right.
If you ever meet her, tell her she did great.
Certainly. Who do I send the regards from? Like the way of asking their name.
Oh, just a secret admirer, but if you ever manage to find She looks very serious all of a sudden. She used to travel with a friend of mine, a drow by the name of Farah. If you ever become someone like me, you know, a drow, slightly taller, slightly leaner, deep silver eyes, wears a big hat, tell her I'm waiting for her. Oh, my name's Gilly, by the way.
Thank you. Pleasure to formally meet you outside of a cube.
Oh yeah, by the way, she tosses the cube at you.
Cube, dude.
You think it's gonna come in useful for someone like you?
I twist a cube around in my hand. It's like, is this a present?
Call it a long-term investment. And remember what I said about Farah, right? She can be a little fidgety. Please add cube of holding to your inventory.
Cube of holding. Let's go. He says, well, thank you, then.
Bye-bye. And she disappears down an alleyway. We turn now to a phase of downtime, meaning, all of you may remember you have another 1.5 days. You can hear the belt in the nearby bell tower chime as it turns noon. You have a bit of downtime to do this kind of things you want to do. That would take like a day and a half. So I will just ask you I was just asking to the table party, what would you like to do?
I have a list.
Oh no.
Okay, you were very prepared last time. I let you go first because I was so impressed. I think this time it's fairer if I'll let someone else go first. Unless, of course, you all want to go to the same place again, which...
My list is fairly short.
Okay, go ahead.
Personally, I still have this letter from Goran to meet him.
You have the letter from Goran. To meet them.
Yeah, meet them. And I think I should.
Right,
and
so,
whoever wants can join me, but I think first maybe we should also find Azizi.
True, we should reconvene, yeah.
So, you want to find Azizi and then go seek out Goran.
Yes.
Right.
Why do I say Goran?
It's Goran, Gorito! Sure. I should also remove Mistle. Goodbye, Mistle. Just to wrap up what happened with Roberto. Roberto was taken to the infirmary at the university. The prince came there immediately, just heard everything he said, and then he dismissed the rest of you to prepare for your quest. You could hear, as you were leaving, a very fancy, noble dwarven lady came into the hospital. Went into the room that Roberto was staying at and immediately started screaming.
In which language?
Common.
Ah, okay. I was just wondering, because if it would have been Dwarvish, then probably just me would have been able to understand that.
I mean, all of you heard that she just called him an idiot like 500 times and started to cry as she realized what happened.
Idiota!
As she realized that he's fine and that he's really hurt and that he died and came back, and it's a lot for her today. Flori would know that Soledad, their son, is being taken care of in their estate, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. That being said, Stacey, what would you like to do in your downtime?
I'd like to go to Infinito because I still have something there to do. Like I want to make a not bracelet. What is it called again? Like a chain? No, I don't know.
Necklace?
The game of a necklace.
About to
If
say
you want a necklace, I think that was actually in Las Arcadas.
Oh, Las Arcadas, then it was this. I just remembered that I could go somewhere to make my game of mending to a necklace thingy. Then also I have 2 other possible options. One would be spending time with my little hamster friend, or I could browse my immense memories and try to find things or persons.
Very cool. What was the first thing on your mind? Like, what do you think would makes the most sense for Stacey to do? Like meditation, I'll remind you, it's still like noon. If you want to get any business done, this might be the best time to do first. And then as everything settles down in the city, you might have some time to yourself.
I think that kind of also was what Stacy and Seti said they were going to do, the gym, right?
So you want to go with Stacy first?
I remember that we talked about it together, and I said, I can join you, and then afterwards there's something I need to go to do.
Oh yes, and I also offered, I think, to go to the meeting point with Seti, right?
Okay, so the plan for you two is that you go to Las Arcadas, have the necklace commissioned, and then you go to Infernito together. Flora, I imagine you want to go immediately to Infernito to speak with Crimbley.
Yes.
Done and done. It's easy.
I want.
They kind of release you into Las Arcadas.
Yeah.
Well, we gotta.
It's easy for you to find yourself. Come again?
We gotta meet back up some, right? I would like.
So you would like to you would like to find the rest of your comrades.
Yes, that would be the first point of what I want to do here.
Perfect. Finally, Xiomara.
Okay, so
Just the first item of the list for now.
okay. No, I only have like 3 things on the list, and 2 of those I can do at the same time. I need to go shopping. I need like parchment and ink, and I want a new like cloak for traveling.
You know some excellent places in Las Arcadas, coincidentally.
Oh, shopping trip! The girls go shopping! The girls go shopping!
Wait, I'm one of the girls?
One of you is a girl, I might add, so... Alright, so, we're just gonna hit it from the top and go with Flora, who's second in the alphabet, but she's also on her own.
Well,
You
I
make
have
Yes?
Miss Dell as a bird with me.
At some point, as you left the university, they flew away.
Oh,
No.
they left
But
me.
you have the strong sense that you will have enough time to catch up later. So if you would like to seek them out and catch up with them first, that's also something you can do.
No, I want to talk to Crimbley.
You want to talk to Crimbley?
Yes.
Right. So, you make your way from the university. Guards are leaving you alone now. You've noticed. As you make your way down to the city, you take the first air gondola to the edges of the city, which is like over here, and then you just take the long spiraling stairs down to the outer city. You try to remember where you were when you disabled the blue lamp, and sure enough, a street further on, there's what appears to be a nearly destroyed enchanter's shop with a sign hung right back up in beautiful lettering saying Crimbley's Curiosities. You can see, despite being half destroyed and burned down, it's still very busy.
I will enter the shop.
Into the shop, you can see it's very busy. There's a bunch of tieflings standing around discussing what appears to be a bag of folding, and one of them seems to think it's actually a bag of devouring. And then one of them, a blue one with a black undercut, looks at you, smiles wildly, and says, "Wait, is that her? Oh my god!" And the 4 of them just kind of swarm in and say, "Is it really you? Are you the traveling guard who killed that noble fuck?"
I did not kill him.
Oh, right, you did not kill him. Tell you what, mate, we think you're pretty fucking cool, so if you ever want to come for a drink, and she winks at you. As the 3 of them continue on their discussions, You move into the book section, which you find already stocked up pretty well, though. You can also see a lot of the books have charred. In a corner in the reading setting, there's a familiar face and a unforgettable voice, you might say. As you can see, the blind goblin Mogurt feel their way through a book in their hand, and they complain at somebody sitting in front of them who can't quite see it. Say, "Now, Grimly, I don't know how to tell you this, but I just don't think it's very good. I know it's your favorite book, but like, the prose is way too fucking purple for me, if you get what I'm saying." You can hear a very high but pleasant voice saying, "Well, you know, it's not everyone's cup of tea, but it doesn't have to be, you know? I think it's perfect just the way it is." And you can see the goblin sniff a little bit and says, "Holy shit. Laura? Is that you?"
It's me.
We lift.
You look like you've been through hell. You smell like you've been through hell. Shit! And you can see the cat gets up, collapses the book he was reading, and looks at you and says, "Ah, yes. Oh, Mocha couldn't stop talking about you. According to them, you're the most interesting person in the whole city. According to some of the guards, too, apparently." And he looks kind of silly. He looks kind of sheepish as he says that. No need to worry. This is probably the safest place you can be in the city. Can I help you at all?
I have a few things that you might help me with, though I am quite curious about you. Mogurt said you reminded me that you reminded me.
They said you reminded them of me, right?
No.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They know.
I remind. Sorry, I'm getting my.
You reminded them of me. I know.
Yeah.
Is Common not your first language?
No.
It isn't mine either. And he smiles a little bit. He continues in Sylvan. So, if you want to catch up on something, I have some books to recommend to you if you like. You can see that he's saying this, but his eyes are saying something different. He turns back to Morgan and says, "Morgan, I'm going to have some private time with this customer. I think she needs a little bit more attention than you do. Just don't bite any books." And Morgan says, "No fucking promises." They jump from the seat behind a bookshelf and disappear. Crimbley leads you down a corridor into his office, and he takes down like a little tablet with cookies and tea, and he says, "Do make yourself comfortable." So, continues in Silver and says, "What court are you from?" Bit quiet, aren't we? Autumn, is it then? Right. You're probably not used to this kind of appearance. We have something in common, as you might have guessed at this point.
You really do cut to the chase, don't you?
I found chit-chat dreadfully boring, and if I can't talk about a book, I don't really know what to talk about. Hang on, let me get a little bit more comfortable. You can see he swallows. As he transforms before your eyes, wings sprout from his back, and he takes a little bit more of an insectoid appearance. Yes.
Okay then, I suppose you're here on just settling? Very curious.
That is correct.
And the first thought you had was go to the most Fae-hating town that there is.
It wasn't exactly by choice.
I see. And it wasn't by choice either that you got wrongfully accused of murdering a noble.
Yeah. But to answer
I'm sorry,
your
I'm
question,
terrible.
but to answer your earlier question, it was the Autumn Court.
Autumn, right. Oh, I knew somebody from the Autumn Court. At least I knew somebody who moved there. He was originally from the Winter Court like me. Have you ever been to Nader? It's the capital of the Winter Court.
Can I make an insight check if I remember being from there? Go visiting there.
That would be an intelligence check to remember.
An intelligence check, just straight intelligence.
Yep.
Okay.
Straight up.
Do you remember?
You stay in the Winter Court in September.
It's a 5.
So what is it?
It's a 5.
You do not.
The DC was
remember.
the DC was 5, so don't worry.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
There's one time that Amaryllis was actually dancing there, and you went to see her show, and
Went to the Winter Court.
yeah, it was a very special, like, kind of ball kind of thing. You remember a lot of old farts kind of watching you with raised eyebrows. Remember Nadir was the most beautiful city you've ever seen? It was like full of fancy shit. It was like, it had like greenhouses and fancy like cathedrals and all that. It had crypts that went like really deep. It had running hot water somehow, and all the guards, which would usually like be like Fey veterans, were replaced by ice elementals. And you hated it. You hated every single minute you were in Nadir. It was so contrary to your nature. That's what you remember about Nadir.
Okay.
You can see this changeling is looking at you with curious eyes, not really betraying one emotion or another.
I remember it, but I wasn't particularly fond of it.
Oh, of course, the place fucking sucks. Please, sit down, have some tea. It's completely... Don't worry about it, I'm not going to enchant you in any way.
And he sits down and has himself a cup.
So, I would ask you how your settling is going, but I can see that it's going quite bad.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm too direct, Well, if it's not anything relating to books, I have trouble keeping up. So this man that I knew this Fey man who moved to the Autumn Court a while ago, and I was wondering whether you might have met him. Do you know a Winter Fey by the name of Greywood?
Yes, that actually happens to be my father.
His eyes go wide.
Oh, it's a small realm, isn't it? I have to be, excuse me if I'm being blunt to you. I always had a very hard time talking to your father, but you seem to be a lot more pleasant. At least, you didn't say as much bullshit. Tell me, I'm sure you have a lot of questions or a lot of things you want to talk about, or if you just want to sit here and drink some tea in silence, I'm honored to receive such a rare guest again.
I actually have a couple things that I was wondering if you could help me with. I hear you are one to speak to if you have to deal with magical or cursed items.
Yes, of course. Before you start talking about that, we're gonna cut over to Las Arcadas.
Okay.
It's easy. You're walking down the street, just kind of trying to find your way, trying to find literally anything that looks familiar.
Yeah. Oh.
Let me change the scene. You're not here.
This looks disturbing.
yeah, you're suddenly in
Only a
a war
little bit.
zone.
When suddenly you walk by florists and, not to be confused with Flora, you can see your comrades on the other side.
All right.
But however, a scene happens in front of you as the florist runs out of her florist shop, chased, it appears, by a bunch of plants. Very angry plants. And you have just enough time to shout something over to your friends as all the civilians flee. As the as the plants turn their heads towards you. What do you shout?
Where do you shout? I can only think of such silly shit.
No mames!
No, Mama's way! The plant. No. It's just a very simple. Oh my god, guys, where have you been? You know, like really straight up, cause like.
Where have you been? Oh my goodness!
Oh my goodness, the plants.
Those are not plants.
What the fuck?
And I'm going to need each of you to roll initiative.
Oh shit.
Oh
Can
no.
I start combat music?
Sure.
Oh no! No, Algernon, no, don't do it.
Also, no, I don't want to. No.
I have a
Incredible.
tiny question before we start.
Yes.
How long has it been, like, hour-wise, before we started the fight against Goodman? Since it is the same day.
Oh yeah.
If you want a long rest, you can get a long
No,
rest.
no, no.
No. I just want to know if my mage armor still stands, because that is like an 8-hour time span. So I know my AC.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Let's just say you meet at some time in the late afternoon. It's kind of making your way down into the Sargadas. Being stopped on the way by guards every now and then, people staring at you, people talking to you. A city gets flirted to by like 5 married women on the way.
I have
Yeah,
noticed.
6 hours.
I have noticed
hours
none
later.
of them flirting with me.
You notice absolutely none of it. You notice zilch. So let me just see.
This
I
is
think these are
actually what
vine
happened
bites.
in real life as well, so that's the problem.
Well, I mean, same though. I never notice when people like flirt with me. That is not in my brain.
My girlfriend noticed that she was flirting with me. I didn't.
Incredible. She just started doing it because you just have so much riz. Okay,
Apparently.
we've got 2 vine blights, 2 needle blights. Hang on. Flora is your favorite enemies from Baldur's Gate. Needle blights. The enemies that everyone loves.
At least they're not shadow cursed blights.
Shadow curse. Yeah. Sure they're not. Sure.
Ah, fuck.
Oh,
They're just little guys.
Hang on for a moment. I need to find my Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
I need to find my stat blocks. Oh, there you go. Because there's one custom enemy too.
Oh no.
Of course, we gotta have a custom enemy. Would be
This is a
Homebrew.
homebrew campaign. Yep.
We
You
at,
gotta
this,
have it.
at this point, we're playing with the Lord of the Dance rule set.
We're actually playing Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh, damn. Thanks for letting us know.
We start with combat. Zizi, you wrote, you shouted, "Hey guys! Oh my god!
Yeah, that's basically what I shouted. Yes.
What are you gonna do, white boy?
White boy.
Go, white
But
boy,
it's
go!
green boy.
Oh,
Yeah,
you gonna do, yellow boy?
Well, after carefully taking a break to consider my options, there's a couple of thoughts that I had, but non-conclusive. See, I would like to be over here, but that's far away. So I don't know.
Well, I can hear the fireworks.
Yeah, the
yeah,
fireworks
right.
are
They're very
audible.
loud. I'm so sorry.
Yamara, for the time being, I'm sorry, but could you turn on push to talk for that reason?
How do you do that?
In settings.
Wait.
Good question.
Uh,
Alright,
the thought input. Here.
while you figure that out, Azizi, why don't you lay it on me?
Yes. Can I? I don't know if that's a good idea, but fuck it, man. I want to make my way. Start making my way over.
You use your 30 feet of movement to move over here.
Yeah. And then I guess I'll also magic because I can do that. And
Right, magic missile.
Yes.
One moment.
What do I need to roll? I'm not a D. I realize everything. Hey, I'm also here.
You don't roll anything. You just cast it and tell me what was the damage you rolled.
Ah, perfect. That is a click of a button. Oh, good. For what it is.
One, if you did maximum damage immediately, which is 3 times 5 is 5 force damage. You want to hit the one with roses growing on it, right?
Yes, main guy. Please.
You can see the rose blight staggers back a little bit, and I have to check something. Okay, I just had to check. It does not have a counter spell, like I remembered.
Oh, thanks, fuck. I'm happy. Yippee.
Great. You hit it.
Yay. I'm like, I don't know. I like imagine that I'm shooting the magic missile from my, artificers do like their.
You hold up your wrench, point it at it, and go pew.
Pew while running. Yeah,
Pew,
very
pew,
cool.
pew.
It's quite cool. Not to brag or
It's
anything.
it's both extremely adorable and really badass.
Yes.
Like Pikachu.
Aww.
You have a bonus action.
I have a bonus action.
You have to use it. I mean, you're level 4. What are you gonna do? Yell at me?
Yeah. I guess that's a good idea. I can put up some armor around myself in case, when I'm moving past them. Guardian, I gain 4 temporary hit. So I will do that.
Great. What does it look like? Describe to us how Azizi casts this armor.
Yes, while still in the motion, imagine me running. He slams his.
You do a somersault
together.
too.
He does a somersault. He's the coolest action hero suddenly.
Those braces that the cat gave you are really good.
Yep. It's true. He slams his fists together in front of his chest and see like a glowing shield radiate around him. It's like greenish because we're keeping on theme, obviously. Very cool.
Green means go, and you go, Azizi. You go.
Thank you.
If that's your turn, we're gonna go over to Stacy.
Okay. I want to move like here.
That's a movement.
Then I'm stretching out my arm with my hand showing towards the sky, and you see Stacy really concentrating hard on her hand, and a little flame starts flickering and finally forming a ball. And I want to throw my procured flame towards also the rosebud.
The rosebud. Okay.
Yeah.
Let me just check something. Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Okay, so I rolled a 13 to hit. Does it hit?
Stretch out and throw the fire, and the roses kind of steps aside.
Oh
as it does not
no.
hit.
Rude.
That's so.
It's got your eyes on both of you now. They're just kind of cross-eyed, looking in both directions. It's very strange to see a plant with eyes, but the roses are very beautiful.
Yeah, and that's all for my turn.
Okay, you can see Stacy kind of stepping out and preparing to cast this very powerful spell. Miss completely. I can see Stacy's face looks a little annoyed.
But it's not really powerful, it's just a little flame.
Everything you do is powerful. Believe in yourself, Queen.
Yes.
Yes, queen.
Steady,
Yes,
it's your
queen.
turn.
Yes, that's why I was measuring. I have 50 feet of movement at this point.
You do, because you haven't hit anything yet.
Yes, so I want to
Dang.
put myself
Run,
right
run.
here to protect Stacy.
Oh.
And then I will start stabbing with my dagger.
Okay.
Which is an 8, so I miss, but I'm gonna already use my Bangle of Hidden Strikes to turn that failure into a critical success.
Right. Roll the dice and double them up. And then you give me the total.
Can I do it like this?
You can just do a standard roll. Yep, there you go. Which is going to be, if it's a plus
No,
1, that means...
It's 1d4 plus 4, so it's 3 plus 4, so it's actually 6 plus 4, so it's 10. 10 damage.
10 piercing damage. Let me just check something. You hit it! You hit it for full damage, which is 10, right?
Yes.
Excellent. You can see the vine kind of shrug back as you slice off a little bit of its plant matter. You can see the rose blight now has its eyes on you too. It looks kind of surprised. I thought it was just going to beat all of your asses, but now its cronies are getting the shit kicked out of them.
I'm not quite done yet, because now as a bonus action I can unarmed strike with my other hand. That is.
So you pull back your dagger and you uppercut that motherfucker.
Yes, for 16 to hit.
Yes.
So that does 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
Sees as Seri, without hesitating, immediately sprints over. You've never seen anything move so fast, except Azizi, maybe your sister Nelia. As he runs over and immediately starts laying into that vine blight, which looks a lot worse than it did before. You can see there's like twigs and leaves falling to the ground. Right. That's your turn.
Yep, that's my turn.
Unless you want to insult them, taunt them.
Nah, that's not a calm way.
Right. Cool. Perfect. The first vine blight is going to move over to you. Going to schmove over and raise a large vine-like fist and punch you with it. I'm just going to go ahead and roll that, which I believe is a... Oop. Does a 23 hit you?
I don't. Where wouldn't a 23 hit?
I don't know. Don't you wish you would have used patient defense now? Anyway, you're going to...
Maybe, yeah.
You're going to take... an amount of damage.
No way.
A specific amount of damage, even. Ooh.
You're going to take 8 points of bludgeoning damage and you're now constricted, meaning your movement speed is 0.
But now they're still close to me.
Yep.
All
right, and that's good.
Constricted.
Constricted, sorry.
No, it's fine. Constricted is not a condition in my list, so I need to have it as a separate
Perfect.
tab.
I'm just going to add a little tag to you. I'm just going to go with the snail.
Oh.
And that's going to be its turn. It's now the Roseblight's turn. Aren't you curious to see what kind of homebrew monstrosity I've cooked up?
Yeah.
I want to see it get cooked as well.
Always.
Always.
When you're constricted, the rose blight's going to shamble over to you
Uh-oh.
and do the same thing that the other creature did, only twice.
Yeah.
You can see now, instead of just big gnarly vines, these actually have thorns on them. As you can see, it is a blight grown from a rose bush. Okay, cool. How many attacks is that? Oh, it's alright. I'm scuffed. Anyway, thorny
Nice
vines.
scuffed.
10 feet, plus 4 to hit. Okay. Hit, critical.
Fuck. Yeah.
Oh no.
Does a
Ah,
14
14
hit?
misses. 14 misses.
We got a very Baldur's Gate 3-esque. One hits, one doesn't. I'm just going to roll the
Very,
damage.
very will casting.
It deals 6 points of piercing damage. And if I'm not mistaken, only 6 piercing damage. Nearly another at the next start of the creature's
It's not
turn.
doubled because of the crit.
That's why it's 6 and not 3.
Yeah, exactly. It's 1d6 doubled.
Yeah, alright.
It's gonna read what it says, and you're gonna take another 1d6 damage at the start of your next turn.
Uh-oh.
And every time you move, you take another 1d6
Uh-oh.
points of damage for 10 turns.
10 turns. Bro.
Yeah, a minute says here.
Jesus.
So you're now pierced by the vines. So, did it give you
Right.
bonus actions?
Like an emo band.
I hope that wears off once it's dead, because otherwise. Uh-oh.
Teehee, 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 teehee. I just discovered something.
I'm currently already making the Pokemon almost dying noise.
Oh.
And it's also going to lay one of its viney hands over on the blight you attacked and heal it for 5 damage.
Oh.
Aww.
That's like
All
one
right.
magic missile.
It's Yamada.
No.
It is
Hook
I.
them. Hook them.
Yeah, boil them.
Also, the fireworks ended right as I figured out how to use push to talk. So that is my luck today. No, I think I will do the one thing that has truly worked every single time, and I'm gonna stay right where I am. I'm gonna cast Firebolt on the rose
Yes.
one.
Give me the roll, please.
Of course. Please be good. Please be good.
Yes. That's
Okay, a
good.
dirty.
Match? Ah,
A
dirty.
dirty 20.
That's
Does
going to
that
hit.
hit?
That's going to
Okay,
hit.
good. So that is a 1d10 plus my spell
Plus your, plus
modifier
intelligence.
plus my
Plus
intelligence.
proficiency, I think. Yeah. Plus
Really?
intelligence plus proficiency, yeah. That's your spell modifier.
Wait. Because for me it says +4 is my modifier.
Okay, fine. Take the lower number,
I'm
sure.
sorry,
Whatever you
sorry,
say,
I
dude. Go ahead. Who cares what I say? Why? No, just go ahead, just do it. Who gives a shit,
No, but
right?
the second thing
Silly old Freddy, always yapping about wanting to give a player something cool. No! Rule says otherwise, Freddy. How dare you?
we could also do the one like +11 if you want. But
Yes. Do it.
So you want to do 15 points of fire damage to the motherfucker.
yeah.
Aw.
You don't know. You have no idea what you've just done.
Oh god.
Okay, finish your turn, please.
Okay. That's it. I don't want to do anymore.
That's it? All you want to do? You don't want to add or subtract anything else? You don't want to tell me how to do my fucking job? Eldernon?
I am sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
sure.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna make you sorry. Just you win. Now.
I'm just doing what is written in my sheet.
It doesn't matter. It's fine. I'm joking. I need
know,
to tell you
don't
though.
worry.
You just activated confusing pollen. When the blight is below 10 HP, it retracts its thorns. When attacked at this time, the rose blight emits a cloud of spores in a radius of 10 feet. Objects within must succeed. No, Alright, so next time it's hit with a melee attack, you know something's fucked up's gonna happen. We're gonna go to Vine Blight 2. Viney Boogaloo. That's the one you attacked, Seti, and
Yeah,
it's
I'm gonna
going
get
to do...
Boogalooed.
Aww.
What can you do? What can you do, Vine Blight? It's going to use Entangling Plants.
Uh-oh.
15-foot radius. Okay, cool. Seems pretty straightforward. So let me just get my drawing tool. 15 feet, how much is that? How much can it be? $20?
150.
It's 115 feet.
Like that. So everything in there is now difficult terrain, and also each creature in the Blight's choice of the Blight's choice in that area, when the plans we must see the DC strength saving throw, become restrained. Okay, cool. You're already constricted,
all
so
the conditions.
Yeah.
he can't be restrained because he's already constricted. So don't worry about that. Don't worry your little head. And that's going to be the first round of combat. We're going to do a little break and return to Flora immediately. Flora!
Yes.
You!
You.
Enough with the nonsense, everyone. We're talking about Flora, okay? This is a very delicate subject. You sit in front of the cat boy, right?
Yes.
You're free to ask him
Not
anything you want.
currently a cat boy.
Cat, insect boy, kind of.
Insect.
Insects.
Yeah, I know you're all fucking hungry, you degenerates. Algernon pissed me off so much. You're just getting angry, Siska, now. Laura,
You give Algernon a bug and you expect them not to simp for it?
okay. Flora, please tell me you have something sensible to say.
I have 2 curse items that I bring out of my pack. I bring out the Spring Phase Remembrance and the roll of Cursed Bear Pelt.
Right, you got the bear pelt. What's the Spring Face Remembrance? Is it the idol, the little crow?
Yes.
All right.
I
You
can
lay it
also,
out.
I still have the description if you need it.
That's fine, I remember. So you lay it out in front of him, and he gets out like a little like one of those things that jewelers have. It's like a little microscope, but just for one eye, and he kind of puts it over there. He inspects. First, he goes to inspect the crow idol. Goes to and after a while, he says,
I don't know what to tell you, but it's not cursed. It's blessed. Oddly
Blessed.
enough. It's complicated.
he sits down for a moment and says,
How much do you know about the planescape?
Can I do what would I do for a check for that?
because it's you, I'll have you roll nature or arcana.
I'd probably be a nature tag because I think that's better. Yeah, I think nature is better than. Yeah, nature's better than arcana. Better than arcana.
As soon as you tell me what you roll, I can tell me what you roll. I can tell you what you remember about that topic.
24.
24. You remember this as like pretty existential stuff to Fae like you, because you know that you used to inhabit several different planes at once, which used to be kind of fused together. You know, you used to be on the planescape, you used to be on A lot of the inner planes used to be on the elemental planes too, which you know are fire, earth, air, and water. Yes, water. Remember that? You remember there's a lot of Fey folklore about different kinds of planes. Even like the outer planes, such as Elysium, the Abyss, Mechanus, which are now like distant fairy tales to you and your people. You realize the universe is arranged in something like a great wheel, with the inner planes, one of which being the Fey realm, being at its center. You kind of repeat what you remember to Crimley, and he nods and he says,
Yes, something like that. As you know, the material plane, as well as the Fey realm, is part of the inner planes. So is a third one, the Shadowfell.
and he puts the idol upright back on the table and says,
We understand that a very powerful being from the Shadowfell blessed this item with a protective ward. It's supposed to protect against something. But I'm not quite sure what.
Could it be used to be spied on me?
Difficult to say. Imagine, if you will, a watchdog. A watchdog that protects you from the wolves out in the dark forest around you. The forest is watching over you, but he's not spying on you, if that makes sense. Though he always has a watchful eye on you. Does that make sense to you? In a way, it
No.
is spying on you, but only so that it can protect you better. It doesn't seem to be relaying anything to anyone. In fact, it seems to be protecting you.
Hmm.
Whoever left this for you, they meant to do you a kindness.
There.
As for the other thing, it's a bear pelt. It's very obviously been corrupted by some manner of dark planar magic. I'm assuming you got this from one of the creatures, during the spell vortex.
Yeah.
Indeed. Well, it's been partly dissolved. The weave of it is all over the place, kind of sucked out. Its magical makeup is very thin, but it is filled with chaos at the same time. The creature you took it from must have suffered greatly in its last hours. If you want, I can do some more examinations with the idol. Though you might as well want to keep it if I suspect you are dealing with extraplanar forces.
I would like to keep the idol, but some further insight on like what it might be. Is there anything useful that can be done with the bear pelt?
Hmm. Hmm. I can weave an enchantment into it that might benefit from its chaotic magical makeup. However, I can't promise that. I can't promise that my handiwork will be finished until tomorrow morning. You'll have to come back, I'm afraid.
That sounds reasonable.
Thank you, I would think so too.
he smirks at you.
Well, I assume you didn't just come here to talk business. Maybe you could tell me a little bit about your home. Like, how has the Fae realm been? It's been a while since I've been there. I grow nostalgic every now and then, but it's good that I've left, I think.
It's nice. There's people I miss there, but there's someone very important that I want to find here.
Mm-hmm. Is that why you came here?
Yeah.
You came here to find somebody very important to you, and then you got way over your head and are now part of mortal politics, and he says the last word with disgust. I'm truly sorry for you, if that is indeed why you're here. Don't feel the need to answer. I'm very old, and I've seen many like you. I just hope you don't end up like them.
I hope so too.
Right. How can I help you?
Perhaps I can see what else you could have on offer.
Oh, certainly.
He stands up from the table in his office. He turns back and opens a chest, and he gets out a little object. Let me just look at my notes. Do, do, do. There you go. Mm-hmm. Last gift. Hurrah! I found it! I found everything I wrote
Yay.
about it too.
Yippee.
I'm just going to put it here in side chat. A father's last gift. A magical bracelet requires attunement. Allows the wearer to appear completely ordinary within parameters of their choosing. This illusion cannot be broken or undone by any means until the bracelet is taken off. The wearer adds the wisdom modifier to deception checks. A sturdy band of cured blink dog leather decorated with sylvan runes. It appears to be a father wishing his son a safe journey, assuring him of his love. It says,
As you might have, as you have seen, my disguising techniques are honestly beyond compare. This was very useful for a time, but I think you might have more use for this now. As you can see, well, I am going to be blunt again. Your efforts at disguising yourself are in use of improvement, let us say. I give you this, and it should allow you to make your wings disappear. Maybe make you look more mortal. Maybe look like anything that you want to be. In case you ever need to get out of, in case you ever need to get out of a pinch. It's yours.
Thank you. Is there something that you require for such kindness?
Of course, it would be uncouth of me to give you this gift without giving you the chance to give me something too. Just tell me who you're looking for.
She goes.
You will understand that an old man is a little bit curious about what the young one's up to nowadays.
She's. I'm looking for. I'm looking for my girlfriend.
I understand. What's she like? What's her name?
She goes by Amaryllis. She's beautiful.
Just like the flower, huh?
Yes.
He smiles sagely like an old man, reminiscing about something. Realize he was like you once. He was just a rapscallion little fae running away from home to do his settling, and for whatever reason he ended here as a shopkeep. And you realize now that he gave away everything that used to be his old life just so he could start a new one. Including probably the last thing he ever had, which was this father's gift. And he looks at you, you can see a little bit of a certain sense of satisfaction wash over him, he says.
Thank you. If there's anything I can help, if you should ever find yourself here again in the future, I'd be glad to help you find her. Of course, I understand you might be more comfortable if you turn this into a trade agreement. How about this? I give you this modified pelt tomorrow, whatever I can turn it into, and you tell me a little story. How about that?
That sounds fair.
Well, you're free to partake of the tea and cookies. However, I do believe my good friend Mogood is turning my shop inside out.
You hear the sound of mayhem going on outside. It seems to be a cat screaming and a woman being brutalized.
Before I go, can I ask him one question about the bracelet?
Sure.
If my wings are invisible, would I still be able to use them?
No, they won't be invisible. They will retract into your body. This is a full transformation bracelet.
Okay.
Similarly to what I do, naturally, you will be able to do it with the help of this bracelet. You will have to turn back into a more classically fey creature, but this will help you blend in a little bit, I believe.
Because I show him the bracelet that I have from the bracelet that was given to me. I'm forgetting the name of my other father, my dad, who gave it to me.
You are forgetting names. Curious. Maybe you are
I'm
settling
saying
a
this
little.
out of
Maybe
character. I'm forgetting out of
I
character.
think it's funnier if it's in character, but fine. You mean liars?
Liars. Liars. This bracelet doesn't hide my wings, so I'm still able to use my wings if need be in case of emergency.
You're free to keep it if you will, but I'm not taking back that bracelet.
Okay.
Very well, I must return to my business. You might do as you please, as I want. Come see me in the morning an hour earlier. I do not like being pestered while I'm at work.
And right as he leaves through the door, his demeanor and appearance change once again to resemble a cat. He goes, right you are then. Right you are then. Sure, so, see you tomorrow, huh? See ya.
See you tomorrow.
Oh. So we turn back to the combat. Danny, turn on the tense music again, please.
You mean the combat music?
Yes.
Sure, DJ.
Oh, DJ. Save me, DJ, save me.
Save me from the grasp of these vines, DJ.
How about you save me, yellow boy? Go on, what are you doing?
You see.
I'm seeing that you're not doing anything, dude. Go on.
The problem is that I should be in there, but like everything is saying don't go fucking in there.
Just
Whatever.
fireball everything.
When you step, you can step in the. You have just enough movement to get in there. As soon as you're in there, it doesn't really matter whether you're affected by difficult terrain because. Yeah, of course you might still be restrained by the one of the blind bites. Vine blight, sorry.
Yeah,
Blind
I do have a
bites.
little thing that can like keep me from being knocked. I don't know.
All right.
So I'll just, I'll just go. I'll just fucking go, I'll go. My boy. I'm helping my boy.
You're helping your favorite lad, Sesedi. You are now
Yes.
affected by difficult terrain.
Yes. Fuck that shit.
Let me just find an adequate little symbol. All right, carry on. What else do you want to do?
Yes. I have my armor on. I'm very. I want to. Hit. I wish to strike with.
Wrench? You want a wrench, dude?
No, not wrench. Thunder gauntlet. I have.
Ooh.
Gone into the
Sounds
Thunder
like a
Gauntlets?
party.
Yeah. They're here. They're prepared. They're here. They're ready to hit some damage.
Roll the
They're
attack,
ready
dude.
to roar.
Yes.
Go ahead, roll the attack.
Yeah, I gotta. That's the hit, right? That's under the hit.
I don't know, man. I don't use D&D Beyond.
Other people who use D&D Beyond, that's me, right?
Yeah, you first click this hit
Oh.
DC tab.
It's
Oh,
easy. If your
yeah.
turn takes more than 5 minutes, I'm going to... Okay.
No, I don't hit it because I roll bad today. So, you know, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter.
Anything else you would like to do on your turn?
Well, I mean, I have bonus action, right? Bonus action as well, 2 weapon fighting. Does that mean I can just go again?
Do your Thunder Gauntlets count as dual wielding?
Great question.
You know what? Sure, do another attack.
I'll try another. Thank you for being very... Oh! Does a 23 hit my plant man?
Does a 23 hit?
Fuck you! Fuck you! Yeah, it is. Roll damage.
Yippee! Damage! 7!
Dealing 7 lightning damage.
Yeah, thunder, yes.
Things first. The Rose Blight now looks a lot worse for wear than it did at the beginning. And really didn't expect much of a fight out of you guys, and you showed it different. And again, it's kind of just like pulling out weeds.
Good.
One attack at this time. The Rose Blight emits a cloud in a radius of 10 feet. Seri and Azizi, please give me a charisma saving throw.
Oh no!
No.
Not
Charisma
that one.
saving throw. Oh.
Wait, is
oh,
it a magical effect?
No, it's a fucking plant.
Damn it. Magical plant.
3.
Oh,
It's a regular
minus
fucking
2.
plant.
Aw.
I will kill all of you.
Well, you're working on it.
Yeah, it's happening.
What? Let me just see. Okay. None of you succeeded. The DC was
Nope.
16. You're both now charmed. You're unable to hit the Rose Blight until the start of its next turn.
But only the Rose Blight, yes. The
Yeah.
other two
Only
you
the Rose
can be
Blight.
hit. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Please tell me that's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay. What you see is Azizi struts up to. JoJo style struts up to the Rose Blight, punches it, fucking miss it, and then punches it again with his other fist. You can see sparks fly everywhere. It's really cool.
So cool.
Until he's enveloped by a puff of pollen.
No.
And you can see
allergy.
he has a strong allergic reaction and can't see clearly anymore. Neither can you, Seti. You now have snot all over your face. Your eyes are bloodshot. Like, where's the blood go? As you are both charmed. I need to find another symbol here. Here, you can have another symbol.
It's
All
more
the symbols.
More symbols.
Stacey, it's your turn.
Oh. Okay. You see now that the light ball forms in Stacy's hand, and she tries to hurl the guiding ball towards let me see this thorny guy, but she tries to make it like a curveball so Seti does not get hit. So let me cast.
I will remind you, each of you have one charge of
Yes.
Divine
Hello.
Inspiration, which you won't need this time, but also you can only use it this session, so I'm kind of surprised none of you... Anyway, dealing 15 radiant damage, you fucking smoked that motherfucker.
Yes.
It looks bad, and also I'm going to add... what do I add? Add a little symbol to signify that it has guiding bolt on it.
Yes. So whoever strikes that dude will have advantage.
Nice.
And with my bonus action, I want to cast a healing word on Sassetti.
Oh, so nice.
Perfect.
Where is it?
She's
There
learning
it
to
is.
not hate the snake.
Yes, because I really care for you. Stacy feels a little bit responsible for dragging Sassetti into the situation because she wanted to have the necklace.
How
Yeah.
much do I heal? Nice.
8.
You heal for 8.
Oh,
Nice roll.
beautiful.
So what y'all see is Stacy regaining her composure after a failed last round. You can see a little nebula cloud of stars appears around her. It's barely visible, but she raises her hand again and hurls a guiding bolt. It looks like a shooting star. It's beautiful, and it smacks that vine blade right in the fucking face. It's now slightly glowing. Then she raises her other hand and speaks a quiet spell. As Sassetti, you can feel some of the pains of being hit by the rosebud are alleviated.
And
Cool,
that's my
right?
turn. Yes.
And that's your turn. Sassetti! Let me just see what's going on. You can't move. If you move, you take 1d6 damage. You already take 1d6 damage anyway.
Yeah, let's see.
You are charmed and counted the rose blight, and I'm just going to roll damage. While I roll damage, you can think about what you want to do.
I have a pretty good idea what I want to do.
You can feel the thorns of the rosebud leaving your body, but you lose a little bit of blood in it, and you take 2 piercing damage.
There's the one in front of me I have advantage on that I can hit.
Correct.
So I'm
Correct.
gonna dagger that one.
Dagger, dude.
I accidentally rolled 3 dice, I think. But anyway, it's 23 or a 25, so it hits.
Yep, you hit for the 25. Roll damage, please.
Oh, right, the full 8 piercing damage.
Alright.
And then, because indeed I'm very close to them right now, I'm gonna spend one of my key points to do patient defense and to take the dodge action on my bonus, which is my last key point.
Damn.
Did you not take a short or long rest?
Nope.
Nope.
You could have all taken a long rest, why didn't you?
Yeah, we just were like.
I hate you!
I was thinking like we could take a short rest, but we need to. Right, let's go shopping. What could go wrong?
Yes, we just wanted to have friend time.
No. Sadie, you have 3 key points left, you hear me?
Okay.
I'm not doing that again. Next time you have to think of it.
Thank you, benevolent DM.
Oh my fucking god. Vine Blight, kill this dude.
Send him to the Shadow Realm.
Send him to the shit around.
I was gonna save it for when I have, because I had the advantage on that one, so I'm gonna use the
Vine
divine
Blight,
thing for when I have no advantage.
Let me just draw a little line here for a moment, just to make sure. Teehee, teehee,
checking.
teehee,
Don't forget about it.
It's gonna reach over the vine blight and it's gonna reach over the rose blight and you, Sadie, and schmeck is easy in the face.
Rude.
That hits you, I presume.
Yeah, barely.
You take. Skip it bop.
Skibbidi-bop-bop.
Sorry. Sometimes when I'm nervous and I don't know what I'm doing, I scat.
Happens.
Chippy chippy chopper chopper.
Hey, if you ever want to know what's going on in the city's head, it's basically that.
Oh, so real. Oh, 11!
You take 11 bludgeoning damage, which I know is a lot for you, little boy.
Wah. Wah.
And according to you, you are also constricted.
Ouchie, ouchie.
which I think is represented by a snail.
How unfortunate.
You're constricted, and that's going to be the Vine Blight's turn. Rose Blight! Rose Blight, you can see, is barely holding together. It's like falling apart.
Good.
First thing it's going to do is cast haste on itself,
Oh no.
which brings its AC up a little bit more. And then it's going to... It's going to look at you, Shimada, and you can see its eyes grow burn with a bright green fire for a moment, as you feel something very perverse and dark tug at your brainstem. I'm going to need you to make a Constitution save.
I want to make the joke perverse and dark. It's just me. It was Constitution save, right?
Yeah, I will also remind you still have Divine Inspiration.
Nah, that's 18. I hope it's good.
How good for you! You succeed.
No.
Nice.
Why me, my?
Let me just see if there's any contingencies I put in here. See, weaken. A creature within the side must do a con save or take 1d8 penalty to their attack for 1 minute. Nope. But you know that the darkness knows all the thoughts that you think, and you know everything that the darkness thinks, so you're fine.
I live in the Shadow Realm.
You live in the Shadow Realm, even though now you're just lawful neutral, which I guess makes you more of a boring accountant than anything else.
Oh, I'm already a boring accountant in real life.
We've just recreated Algernon.
Again.
Yeah.
As a bonus action, it's also going to disappear into the ground, turn into a bunch of vines, and reappear. Here.
Beautiful.
What you see is the shambling monstrosity that used to be the Roseblack. I think it's also going to move. Right in front of you.
Oh.
You see it begins glowing with a profane green magic as you can see it starts moving way quicker as it casts haste on itself. It tries to cast a spell on Xiomara, but as that doesn't work, it instead opts to go and turn into a bunch of creeping vines, creep away, and then appear right in front of Xiomara. Speaking of whom,
God, no, I have nothing that I can do with like touch or anything. Shit. Fuck.
you do have a knife, and
I know I do have a knife.
You have a knife, and I'll tell you, if you hit,
movement.
if you hit, that's gonna be it.
Oh, I'm gonna use my divine intervention for this one.
All right, roll damage.
Okay, ask something.
6.
One moment, Flora. Yes. So that's just a straight roll, right?
That is a straight roll.
That.
That was a bisexual roll.
Nice.
Okay.
Bisexual rolls are with advantage.
First of all, end your turn, please.
Yes. How do I do that?
Come on, dear. We haven't got all night.
I don't want to do anything. That's all I want to do.
You're done? You're done? You're finishing your turn?
There. Yeah, I'm staying
Cool.
there. I'm not gonna go closer. Whoever I
Cool.
did.
You guys see Shimano take out a knife and just fucking shank the rose blight. It turns into a bunch of beautiful roses that all pile up on the ground. Laura, you have a question.
Would the rosebud have brought its like noxious gas thing with it?
It's dead.
No. I was gonna ask before I moved. It was dead.
Fucking dead. Oh, dead. What? Can I to answer, Mom? Wanna tell me how we do my job again, huh?
What?
Yeah, just shut up.
I didn't know. I just didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Yes, whatever. Sure. The fucking disrespect here.
What
Anyway,
is happening? Today is Bully Algernon Day. I see that.
We
I'm the victim here. Azizi, give me a fucking strength save right now.
Yes, sorry.
you had a big announcement, and so we were like, yeah, needed to put this person back down a bit.
Strength. Don't I have something for that?
Yeah, you have divine
you have your-
inspiration.
Yes.
And we have 1/2 hour left in this session, so you might as well.
Might as well. Yeah, okay.
Cool, natural 20. You're not restrained. It's going to be the Vine Blight's action, and its turn. It's now your turn, coincidentally.
It is my turn.
You know, no longer charmed.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter anyway. But if I move, I ouchie, right?
You can't move. You're constricted.
Oh shit, I can't even if I wanted to. Well, I guess I can wrench. I can throw my wrench. That's
Wanna throw that wrench?
I want to throw that wrench. It's it's kind of the only option. I
Throw that.
That sounds especially not like tinkering on a plant.
wrench.
Surprise of-
good wrench throw.
Very good. Roll damage.
Yay. Why? Well, it's something. It ain't much, but it's honest work. You know?
What though? It doesn't look like a lot when you first throw it, but however, as soon as it comes back, you can see that there's no gaping hole inside of the Vine Blight's chest, and it's not growing back.
Good.
Still have your bonus action, if nothing else.
I do have my bonus action.
However, I just remembered something. I believe the Vine Blight has to make a concentration save, which is a D20, and it has to be at a frickin' 10.
Mm-hmm.
How hard can it be?
Not
Not
too
that
hard,
hard.
it
Not
seems.
that hard, apparently.
Valid effort. However, I have to inform you you're still constrained. Anything else you would like to do? Sorry, constricted.
I don't know if it's necessary, but I mean, we're like generally kind of chilling, so do it anyway. I'll.
Straight vibing.
We're straight vibing. Like, I don't think we're gonna go into another. Might be, you know. So I'll do another defensive field like I've done before, because I can do each long rest, and I gain another 4 temper. Mean to.
You're breaking off. I'm assuming this is the end of your turn.
Yeah, that is in fact the end of my turn. Yeah, I break off a lot nowadays with Discord. I don't know.
No, don't break up with us. Okay, Stacy.
No.
Okay. Stacy will now use her divine intervention because she realizes that despite there are 2 men in danger and also 1 snake, she wants to protect them. She really cares for them. And with this divine
Aw.
intervention, she hurls the produced flame towards this vine guy.
Yeah, roll damage. Roll damage and double the dice.
Oh, yes.
Let's go,
It's
baby.
then 16.
Let's go.
Okay,
Sure, it's fucking dead.
It's 16 fire damage.
And there are 2 left. You did 16. But a little bit of overkill, but all right. Tell you what.
Power
What
of
you guys
friendship.
what you guys see is Stacy once again focusing and blowing into her hands as her breath turns into fire instead of frost, and she stretches out her hands and casts the flame forward like in a great beam of fire, and that Vine Blight is fucking immolated. That means that you are no longer constricted, Mr. Seti.
Hey, nice.
Freedom for the man.
free the patriarchy.
No.
Bonus action remaining.
Yes. And with my bonus action, I cast Healing Word on Seti as well.
Aww.
Because the snake
Visualize.
must live.
This is true.
Live snake reaction.
I'm also going to remove the debuffs from you, Zizi. Because I think this Vine Blight was the other one who was doing it. So.
It was a
Yippee,
mean
freedom.
blight.
The boys are free.
Yay.
You heal for 6 damage, and I think that's going to be a turn, Stacy, right?
Yes, this is my turn.
Grand. Seri.
I'm also gonna use my divine intervention for the blight.
Destroy him. Do it.
So yeah.
You have to deal 40 damage, tell you what.
I can do 8 piercing damage.
But it's doubled.
The dice are doubled.
The dice are doubled, so then it's 12.
12.
12.
Okay. You have 3 key points, I believe.
About to say that I'm gonna use one of my key points to use a flurry of blows.
Nice.
Seri, tell me once again, what subclass are you?
I am if I'm not
Kensei?
No, I'm not a Kensei monk. I am I forgot the one when I'm actually, because it's like one I've never used before. It's
I'm going to take away your subclass.
no. I'm oh, come on, where is it? I know it's like Way of the Deaf, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh shit, Way of the Long Death.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at, like what's it specifically called, because I can't find it. Wait.
Alright, yeah, do your flurry of blows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've also no idea what Way of the Long Death does, but it sounds fucking metal.
Fucking radical dude.
Alright, it's an 18 to hit and 7, so only 1 hits.
Yes.
So that's 6 bludgeoning damage.
Nice.
Not too shabby.
And
Doing
in
18
the
damage.
meantime, like Way of
Yeah.
the Long Death, it's like a tank class for monk. When you does a creature within 5 feet of you to 0 hit points, you gain temporary hit points. I need to kill it before I get the temp hit points.
Alright. You can see, same as Stacy before him, Cesari is now focusing himself, and he strikes true twice, and the Vine Blight does not look so tough anymore. You are left with 1 enemy, and it's her turn now. It's gonna fucking clobber you, Cesari.
Clop clop.
Same as it's done before. I believe that's a d20 plus 4. And misses.
No.
Easy peasy.
You can see, it was kind of staggering back from all the bludgeoning damage it just took. It tries to get a hit in, but Sirius is too fucking fast. He scoots out the way. He slithers out the way, sticking out his long tongue. Xiomara.
Oh, we're gonna do what once again has proven to work every single time. Once I find out if I can, please let me do it. We're gonna do Firebolt again.
Bolt that motherfucker.
Fire! Well,
That's a dirty 20.
30-20, baby.
Roll damage.
That is 7 plus, wait.
Let's wait.
Huh?
I know in the beginning I actually fucking miscalculated something.
Oh no.
Uh-huh.
Now we're in the, wait. But
Can you do the
no,
maths in 5 minutes?
I mean, my notes still say modifier because, and so I'm like very much confused because my abilities say my intelligence is only +4, and I was mixing up with other shit. So that's be +4 plus proficiency, so +2, which would be +6. So 7 plus 6 is 13.
Well done. Maths right here in a D&D game, if you can believe it.
Yeah, that's the accountant in me.
Yeah, right. Anything else on that turn?
No, I just look. No, wait. Can I? So when the rose thing died in front of me, there roses appeared, right?
Yeah, you've got a pot of beautiful roses in front of you.
Can I pick them up?
You want to do that now? Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I mean they're right in front of me.
Add. Hang on. My accent is gonna butcher this in your ears, so add 5 Neverworld roses to your inventory.
Finally, the home improvement you needed.
Thank you. This is gonna make my
Got it.
dormitory
In
beautiful
your
again.
dormitory, and you immediately forget about all the blood and acid splashes.
Yeah, 100%. And that was it for my turn.
Unfortunately, I do have to tell you that we're not going to do the last round. I'm just going to describe what happens. You see as the firebolt hits this vine blight, it gets really damaged, and as it looks to the heavens, looking for an answer from the cruel world that birthed it, it turns into a pile of ash. As initiative drops.
Yippee!
Finally.
As the dust settles, you can see the hang on. The shop owner, the florist, returns. Yes. You can see this very old,
Probably
cute,
he's
nice-looking,
really...
gnomish woman going, oh, that was simply awful. Thank you, kind heroes. Oh, you keep those flowers, young lord. You deserve them.
Young
Thank
lord.
you.
No,
Okay.
Thank you.
out of character, lord is the genital term. I'm not gonna
Okay.
call them. I'm not gonna let them call you lady.
Yeah,
That
no.
feels wrong.
That
Even
is
though you're
very
a
wrong for
gaslight,
me too.
gatekeep girl boss, you're not a lady.
Yeah, no.
So the dust settles. You examine the flower, the vine bloods, I imagine. Let me just see if I noted down any loot. Huh. Actually, I just improvised the unbolting rose, but I actually wrote it down too. So thanks, past Siska.
Yay!
Yippee.
Good work, past Siska. We are proud of you.
So you got 5 of
Thank
those,
you.
right? They're just a
Yes.
magical trinket. Imagine if you up your bartering game, you might sell them for a pretty penny too.
Maybe later in the campaign. Right
Yeah.
now, they're in my bag.
Right now, they're very pretty and indestructible.
Yes.
You see this gnomish later turns to you and says, "Oh, I don't know. The plants have been weird. They've been lashing out at me lately. I had this very handsome, young, nice elven gentleman. He came over and he looked at my flowers, and they've been weird ever since. So I don't know. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but you seem very trustworthy. Thank you again. If you ever need a nice bouquet, just come over here to Gromhilda's plants."
Aw, Gromhilda, it's a cute name.
Do you have any
plus-
description of how the elf looked?
Oh yes, of course. Tall, lithe, long waving white hair, very
Look
pale
at-
skin.
We can keep our eyes open.
He had a billowing cloak too. He said he was looking for a drow too, and he asked if I'd seen anyone like that, but I don't know. A drow didn't really make it here into the upper city. And she takes a moment to consider both you, Seti, and you, Azizi, and says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. Oh, this is terribly embarrassing."
No problem. Just here to
A little
help.
bit of a problem.
Oh, thank you. You make your way off to the jewelry, I presume. You go with separate ways. Azizi, I don't know where you want to go, though you are technically supposed to keep an eye on the city. Tomorrow you're free to go to the stationery store that you know of.
Yes.
You know, your professors swear on buying from this one stop up in Las Arcadas. Stacy, you follow the hint buying sister to get to the store. Flora, as you
Yes.
make your way through As you make your way through Infernito, you see somebody. You have somebody bump into you in the street. It's a very crowded street. It's built over the water. It's like a bridge. This very tall lady with a hood over her head. And she looks at you for a moment after you bump into her, says, and she signs at you, and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see you there."
I sign back. Not to worry.
She signs back and she says, "Funny day for a stroll out, isn't it? I don't think I've seen you here before."
I'm a traveler, so I keep signing to her. So I'm a bit new to the area.
Ah, that's fun. I suppose you couldn't help me find my way to this one stop I'm looking for. It's an enchantment store I'm looking for. It's called Crimbley's Curiosity, I believe.
I sign to her like directions to the Crimbley shop.
She takes off her hood. You see, she's a battle-scarred, battle-hardened silver dragonborn. Doesn't have any particular expression on her face. She nods and signs. Thank you kindly, young monster. See you soon." And she stumps off.